morning, good morning, good morning.
I love you, baby. Why?
Season 7, Love Supreme.
I love you, baby.
First Guy Omaha Radio, First Guy Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Yeah, check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Check this thing on. Can you hear me?
We're live at 85. All right. Check showing some love this morning. There it is. We are back once again. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a fresh edition of First Guy Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Myself, Paul Beeee. We got Buddi3 Da Gawd in the house.
Hey.
That's right. And all of you chat chimers, ghost listeners, and radio listeners, thanks for joining us on this Friday, February 16th, 2024. It is Friday. Got it right
It's
this
Friday.
time.
Ain't got no job.
Got nothing to do. We're going to get you high today on
man.
information,
There you go. There you go. I want to get chocolate wasted.
on conversation.
There you go. There you go.
Thanks for joining us. Let us know if the mix was right over there at the 630 Club 630. Let us know on the radio channel if we're coming through loud and clear. Appreciate that very much.
Yeah, man.
And it looks like we got Facebook and YouTube working today
Yeah.
at the same time.
Chat chimers, ghost listeners, everybody's here. Yeah, welcome. Come on in, grab a seat. Welcome on this here Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Haps Friday today. We're gonna definitely talk about a lot of stuff going on. It's a Black Power weekend happening.
A lot of things are going this weekend. A lot of reason to get outside, get active. You know, don't stay in the house this weekend. Although I did hear it's cold out there.
Well, I was gonna try not to cuss right as we start the show, but yes, it is supposed to snow this morning.
Yeah, that's great.
According to reports. Yeah.
That's great.
Tamika Johnson in the house giving us some sunshine though. We can wish, we can hope.
Man, need it.
Appreciate it.
Don't need it.
Lake Keister in the chat. You want to go for this one?
Yeah. A happy fry, yippee yippee yay yay, yippee yo, yay yay yay.
Man, okay.
There you go. There you go.
You can put it together smooth like you wrote it.
Yeah, man. Hey. Shout out to Lake Keister keeping us on our toes here in this morning.
There you go. Pops gives us a good Friday morning and mad love from Las Vegas. Appreciate you, Pops.
Yeah, peace.
Wanda Lewis and Gwen Easter are over on Facebook. Wanda Lewis says good morning. Gwen Easter says good morning. Appreciate that very much. Lucia Rodriguez in the house. What's up, my friend? She says buenos dias.
Hey, in the D's.
Checking us out from YouTube. Appreciate that. Ariel's 402 says hit the like button on your way in. Yeah, I like that. Might as well hit it now. Don't wait till the end. Like and subscribe now, and do us a favor, share the show. What happened? You got some hummingbird flew in your eye?
Yeah, man, little eye booger or something.
Oh man, hashtag kids be dirty.
Nah, I guess I'm dirty this time.
I don't know. It looked like something was floating around the room.
Man,
Speaking of Mira Sanchez, Ice-T's birthday today.
okay.
Thought you might get a kick out of that. He said,
Constantly reminding us.
Yeah, man.
If he ain't in your top 5, then he ain't messing with you.
Can't even talk to you. There you go. So yeah, man, Ice-T's birthday today, and like I said, we already talked about the potential snow that's supposed to happen. Somebody, I went to go get the dragonfly out, and somebody was like, this is fake spring.
Yeah, I saw your post. I didn't want to rain on your parade. But just moving forward, bro. Rule of thumb. After March, you got to get through March 1st. I know you're excited. You're anxious. Punxsutawney Phil didn't see a shadow, so it's coming early, but
Punxsutawney Johnson said, go on, bring it back.
Too early, man. Too
Yeah,
early.
yeah, not cool. Mama God in the house says, "Good morning, First Sky fam. Good morning, good morning. Appreciate you." Brother Kasim says, "Peace. What's happening, bro?"
Peace, peace, peace. It's going down this weekend, brother.
Yeah, man, Black Power weekend is happening. It's going down. Sue Kessler Hagen says, "Good Friday morning. Appreciate you." Christine Norris says, "Good morning." Good. Thanks. I appreciate all the good mornings this morning. All the fam coming in. Ariel's 402 says, "Monday is a holiday, President's Day. The only country in history of the world to have a non-indigenous leader. Can you imagine France never having a French ruler? Wow,
Man.
never thought about it like that. I think they think they're indigenous now, though. That's the problem.
Oh yeah.
Pops, Pops, Topeka Johnson was the first to say good morning this morning. Topeka, what you doing?
Tamika?
Tamika, oh, your little slip of the
Yeah.
letters there. Yeah,
He ain't have his drunk ship coffee yet.
yeah, man. Pops used to be first to say hi, and we turned it into a little thing. Now he's peeping out who's the first now. So that's what's up.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding me. Amy H. Dot in the chat says, "Good morning. I woke up to snow on the ground out here. Look,
Yeah.
it's a family show. You stop cussing at us so early in the morning."
Yeah, y'all. Yeah. Too early, man. You think that's Omaha. That's Omaha for you. So again, rule of thumb before you pull out the drop top, my brother, March.
How you doing over there? How's the weather in your neck of the woods?
The weather outside is actually quite nice, man. I spent
Okay, so anyway, moving on.
spent some time outside. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mama God's reminding us it's going to be 50s to 89s from the weekend and through next week. Okay, really now? So they just decided just to dump the snow today.
Get rid of it.
Yeah, man.
Hey, but again, that's Omaha weather for you. That's par for the course, man.
Judy Prinzer gives us a good Friday morning. And once again, I want to give everybody thanks for coming on in. All the fam that comes in, first few minutes of the show gives us the good morning. It always feels good to get up, and it wakes us up and get us going for the conversation that's happening today. She said 60s. Yeah, I mean 50s and 60s is still like a mad jump from it's snowing today. I don't see.
Oh yeah, that 50 hit is gonna feel good. It's gonna feel good. So, whatever you do though, make sure you're being safe out there on these roads.
Yeah, man.
And thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. We're gonna get it fired up. A fresh edition of First Sky Omaha Radio, First Sky Omaha in the morning. Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, all of you.
Yeah.
It's a Haps Friday. Let's get it rolling.
Yeah, man. Thank God it's Friday.
What up? Once again, fresh edition, First Sky Omaha Radio, First Sky Omaha in the morning. Took a little time there. You must have some windows open. Appreciate you coming on through on this Friday, the February 16th. Really appreciate everybody getting up early this morning. Get your Haps together. It's definitely a big Haps Friday. Lots of stuff going on this weekend. We got plenty. We have plenty. So we're going to have an extensive Haps a little later on today. And if you have any Haps, definitely put those in the chat. Put those in Friends of First Sky Omaha as well if we missed anything. But I think we kind of got the lineup of how things need to be going this weekend because it's packed full. So we'll definitely be talking about it throughout the show. And at the end of the show, too, we'll have an extensive Hap. So, get ready for that. It is an emotional roller coaster of a weather day today, like Amy H. Dot is bringing out. It's supposed to be cold, so take care of yourselves and drive slow. I guess there's snow on the ground. It's going to be slipping and sliding. And then it'll be melting because, as Mama God is saying, it'll be 50 or 60 tomorrow. So when he said Omaha weather is bipolar, I hear that.
Oh, yeah. And that's always the interesting part about it because, like, during the day, you get up to, like, 50, 60. Snow melts. During the night, it drops to, like, 30, turns into ice. So, yeah, just be careful out there. Drive slow like Kanye and Paul Wall said.
Try it slow, homie.
Yeah, man.
Chrisanne Moloch Dinesbeer. That was my
That's a
attempt. Says good morning, new name. Yeah.
yeah, it's a new name. Welcome, welcome.
Let me know if I
Speaking of that, kind of
butchered
reminds
the
me.
name.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully we didn't butcher it. But kind of reminds me we dropped some new content on our TikTok. We're trying some new things, so definitely make sure you check us out on TikTok. First Guy Omaha. That's it on TikTok?
Yeah. Yep.
Keeping it
Check it
simple.
out. Check it out. There's a link on Friends the First Guy Omaha. If you want to just pop right over there to get to our page. A lot of people on TikTok. I know that. So, yeah, it's interesting platform. I'm learning as we go. Really something interesting.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's just very entertaining, and a lot of news organizations are kind of going there. And yeah, go over there and check it out. See what we got going on. We're gonna start doing some stuff over there. So go get your TikTok set up if you don't have it, and then check out what we got going on. It's gonna be something else.
yeah. And also, where else do you get your information? Where else do you kind of pull your news from? Again, this is a step in us going into the direction of blasting out some information, blasting out some content,
Mm,
spreading things out, and trying to meet people where they are. So again, where are you? Let us know, and we try to meet you where you're at.
There you go. Gwen Easter checked it out. She says, "I like your news report, buddy." That's
All
what's up.
right, thank you, thank you.
Anthony Rogers Wright in the chat says, "Peace and blessings, brothers from Atlanta at the M4BL Black Congress." Man, you're
Okay,
a globe trotting for real.
man, cloud hopping as we like to call it.
Yeah,
Back in the A, man, might have to go back get some lunch, man. Let me know.
yeah. Link up. Chris Ann says, "I did butcher the name, but I tried. I'm not scared to
Okay,
try. I ain't scared to try.
yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
keep trying. I'll keep trying to get it going." Ariel's 402 says, "Happy birthday, Ice T. Prior to him, the nation of hip hop didn't know what an MC looked like or was. Thanks to the movie Breaking, pillar, icon, legend." I knew you was gonna like the fact that it was Ice T's birthday today.
Hey,
Yeah, man. Coming from California, yeah, it's one of the first MCs I knew about. Saw, he was on that movie Breaking for sure. The MCing and DJing on Breaking was dope. So yeah,
classic.
shout out to Ice T, man, classic and still doing the thing. I live in a weird era of all these anti-police rappers that I grew up with are all playing cops on TV. So strange, but it is what it is. You got to do what you know. So
A
there's
little bit, a little bit.
Michelle Moreno gives us a good morning. Appreciate it. On YouTube. Do us a favor, share the show. We want to get as many people in on the conversation as we can. Lots of haps
Yeah.
today. Black Power Weekend coming up this weekend. Everything from uh, hanging out with Bud Crawford for pancake breakfast to
Hey,
being at the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation for the Black Power Conference. Some talking on family on Sunday. OEAA Sunday night. Lots going on this weekend. Also, Living Color played last night, and I didn't get to go, which is crazy because that's one of my favorite bands of all time. So
really? That's dope.
yeah, they played out of Barnado. Mark Manor has a pretty extensive review of the show, so
Okay.
you can check it out. Omaha Buzz, and check out Mark Manor's page. He's talking about it. But yeah, the icons, the legends, Living Color, Cult of Personality,
Hmm.
played in Omaha last night.
Personality.
So yeah, I'm with
Yeah.
it. With it. I saw them a few years ago when they came and played at waiting room. So I wasn't, I knew if I missed it this time, I wouldn't be too mad. But yeah, they were in town, man. And Omaha has major shows, major things going on all the time.
Oh yeah.
And, we're trying to like extend the Haps to let you guys know about what's going on for real.
Yeah. I was just actually just thinking about they just had Slick Rick out there. Heard it was some good. Yeah. Heard good responses to that show, man. So yeah, the legend's still doing it.
Right
Legend's
down
still
the
doing it.
street.
Big shout out to everybody getting out there supporting these events.
Yep. Anthony Rogers Rice says Vernon Reed is one of the best guitar players in the world. Guitar
Okay.
player for Living Color. Yes, he is. He's also the founder of the Black Rock Coalition. So
Hmm.
he's a yeah man. As far as gathering folks together, even kind of a political move he made on that. So yeah, there's a lot to it, man. They kind of opened the door up for especially for black kids that liked rock music and other kinds of things in the '80s, and then just been holding it down. Any kid want to play guitar, you know what I'm saying? Like they made it easy for by putting the Black Rock Coalition together. So shout out to Vernon Reed, who is in my opinion one of the greatest. Now that Prince has passed away, is the greatest
There
living
you go.
guitar player. right now ever. So yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, moving on from that because we can talk about that. You know us, we can talk about music all morning long.
Yeah. Well, actually, real quick, you just kind of reminded me. I did. Speaking of rock, I did find a new black youth rock. It's like a soft rock group out of New York.
Hmm.
Man,
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. What's
I
the
think
name?
it's
What's the
called
name?
Infinite Song or something like that.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's the two sisters and two brothers. They're all siblings. Y'all just go ahead. I'll post it. I'll post the link in friends of man. Y'all, I just had to mention that because that I was going down the rabbit hole on their page for like at least an hour. Like, man, just blown away. Just blown away. Just beautiful music. Soft
Everybody's getting
rock.
hit. Everybody's getting hit like that too because it's like something new, something different,
Exactly.
and and
Exactly. Soft rock.
excellent on top of that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So peep this transition. I did that on purpose
Got it.
because we do got a lot of things to talk about today. So we do want to get into the stories. And speaking of youth and black excellence and things like that, definitely have
Mhm.
to talk about this robotics expo coming to Howard Kennedy. Of course, we're all about the STEM here in the community, and definitely want to support our youth. So yeah, again, getting into the topics of the day, we do have a lot to talk about. No guest today, so definitely, hold tight. Love to hear from you. I plenty opportunity to let your mind be free, let your voice be heard. Join the conversation as always. And again, definitely jumping into what's going on at Howard Kennedy. Again, an expo going down this weekend. A part of the whole lineup of events this weekend. A lot of things going on. Also, sticking with the youth and the conversations we've been having, looking at the Empowerment Network. A lot of people continually questioning what it is that they're doing. And on the heels of the meeting earlier this week, man, they're still working, man. So big shout out to Willie Barney, the Empowerment Network, everybody who was really at that meeting for pulling things together. There is opportunity for the youth out there. The Step Up program is opening up its application window for the summer internship program, which is, again, one of the sources or the areas where the funds will be going that the Empowerment Network just received. So opportunity for the young folk to make some coin. Definitely be talking about that. Also, speaking of opportunities of coin, we've been talking about the airport business project, but not the airport itself. About $3.1 million set to come to Eppley Airfield to extend and add about 5 different boarding portals, or I forget what they're called, but again, to extend and add about 5 different ports at the airport. And we always talk about the Omaha Atlanta connection. Definitely want to talk about that, as far as a lot of the black prosperity that we see here in Atlanta stem from the airport. So yeah, we'll definitely be talking about that. A lot of opportunity out there for organizations. Also looking at the bills, still keeping up with this short session. Big shout outs to Senator Wayne, who's pushing for again to keep out some predatory companies from buying single family homes. Something we have to talk about. Looking into Vinewood Homes. If you don't know about them, very very interesting conversation surrounding that one. Also, DEI bill is making its way to, again, Lincoln, and a few other bills that we have to talk about. So again, a lot of things to talk about today. As always, if there's anything that we're not talking about that you feel like we should, feel free to drop that into the chat. Let your mind be free. Let your voice be heard. In the meantime, between time, Paul B, what's the word?
Yo, man, just a couple of mentions. I don't know if you heard, but Maha is canceled this year. They're
Yeah,
talking a little
yeah.
bit of talking about having to revamp their model and so on and so forth. High prices of supplies and high prices of artists is some of the reasons why they're stating they're going to do that. So that's an interesting thing. I've never really been in a situation where there was a pretty standard festival that happened every year, and then they decided to skip a year this way. So we'll see how it works for them in 2025. The momentum. I know it's a really huge event for Omaha, so it's kind
Yeah.
of worth mentioning.
Have some
Maha.
big
So
acts, man.
yep. In
Big
the
acts.
legislature, something else to mention too. Something else is in the news that Julie Slama decided she's not going to run again.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we can talk a little bit about some of the repercussions and, and things that because of that decision. I'm sure a lot of people have a lot to say about it.
Mm.
Also, when we were talking about that meeting that the Empowerment Network had on Monday, of course, that was a meeting that they did in conjunction with Black Men United,
Yep.
a couple other organizations,
Yep.
and Sherman Wells from Untamed was at that meeting as well. Shout out to him for coming through. He's kind of man about town in a big way.
Man.
Making sure he keeps his eye on some stuff. I just saw a post from him saying this is how you turn your pain into power. The Levi Blake Foundation was formed February 15th, 2024. Hashtag Where's Levi Blake. So shout out to all the work that
Yes.
Sherman Wells and the family is doing to continue the search for Brother Blake. And now the Blake Foundation is now officially formed. So
Beautiful.
hopefully we'll be able to make some progress on finding him and giving the family some solace and really, maybe just stepping up efforts, man. It's up to us, which is a hard thing to wrap your head around, that we're not going to get the same kind of help from the city and from the state that we feel like we need, and we have to turn to us and get it done. So shout out to Sherman Wells. We'll be hearing from him this weekend on the Black Power weekend that's happening. Like I said, there's a lot going on this weekend. Clear your calendar. There's lots happening. We'll have a Haps, extensive Haps in the show, but we'll also have more Haps out in and out throughout the show as well. And we'll be talking about those things. So thanks for everybody that's joining us this morning. Anthony Rogers Wright in the chat says there's no need to mess with Omaha's airport. It's one of the few things in Omaha that was actually functional until they decided to mess with us. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think there's a big push to go internationally, trying to make this an international city, and they're going to be messing with the airport to do that, to get there. I'm half and half about it. I ain't mad at that if they can turn it into an international airport and we can have cheaper flights in and out of here, that would be great. But yeah, at what expense? What does this mean? Lots of money going to the airport. That we'll definitely talk about it.
Yeah.
Wanda Lewis in the chat says Step Up program already received $500,000 in January for their program. It usually doesn't come from anywhere else. They usually get $1 million. That's interesting info.
Yeah.
This is one of the things I'm digging into with Empowerment Network and on my own, just trying to understand where some of their programs and money and stuff is going. The Step Up program is getting a lot of kids. Is supposedly getting a lot of kids jobs. And so I want to. That's what I'm looking at first, is to see like how many people are benefit from these jobs, how many people getting jobs. I'd love to hear from people that got jobs through the Step Up program, and so on. So it'll be a continued conversation that we'll have about a lot of the things that Empowerment Network is doing, because it's a network. So there's actually so many companies that we kind of got to look into to see, how they have networked together, got helped, created jobs, done things for youth. Lots of activity, lots of things to dig into. I'm realizing I didn't know a quarter of what is actually going on in that camp. So I'm anxious to continue to learn on it.
It's
Judy
a
Prinzer,
constant journey.
constant journey. So true.
Yeah.
I was going to say a little earlier, Judy Prinzer put an article in the chat. We did talk about this Wednesday. This is the article that the mayor has pulled the staff from the committee meetings after Councilwoman's remarks. The beef that's going on right now between Councilwoman Juanita Johnson, the mayor, and some of the actions that the mayor took. We talk about it pretty extensively on the other show. If you didn't check it, go back and check it out if you can. And and we're definitely have reached out. We reached out to Councilwoman Juanita Johnson to talk to her about what's going on, because she also put her letter out there that talked about some of the abuse that she's getting as well. And we played some clips of her in city council getting pretty talked to in a bad way, and her clapping back because of the fact that she is tired of getting disrespected all the time there as well. Lots of microaggressions going on. It's been kind of the theme of the week. If you don't know what aggressions are, definitely check it out. But basically, it's racism that is, they try to disguise. It's in the form of things like talking to a person like they're your child and all kinds of things like that. So we talked extensively on that. Please go back and check out the shows this week in its entirety on this particular subject, because I think it's going to be something we continue to talk about for sure. Gwen Easter in the chat real quick says, I love STEM. My daycare kids love doing robotics at my daycare. I took my daycare kids to North High robotics event a few years ago, and we loved it. I miss my kids so much. It's been challenging to get kids to get kids in the daycare due to free daycares connect to schools and over 300 families gone from my area. Yeah, I appreciate your passion for taking care of the kids in our neighborhood for sure. Hopefully, some changes will be made and we can get back to doing that on a local level. Yeah. Marlon Harrison says the Empowerment Moment is also one of the main sponsors of the Black College Tour. Empowerment Network is also one of the main sponsors of the Black College Tour. Okay, that's what's up. Appreciate that. Rick Fulton is saying meeting Monday about the airport park. Okay,
Okay.
appreciate the heads up on that. We'll
Yeah.
definitely be looking
Yeah.
forward to looking for that meeting because there's more to continue to talk about there. So appreciate everybody who's jumping in the chat, man. Already firing up for some of these topics and subjects.
Yeah, man.
Buddy, what's on top of your mind? To jump into.
Start off. Actually, I do want to acknowledge the events that happened in Kansas City.
Yes, good idea.
Yeah, and just send out condolences. I have family in Kansas City. I have friends who have family in Kansas City. And just we don't really talk about sports a lot, but definitely an incident that I'm sure a lot of us have heard about, even if you don't watch sports. And just unfortunate, man. So definitely love, light, condolences goes out to the families of the victims, and the people that just dealing with trauma in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So I wanted to throw that out there, and then keep it moving, man, and change gears a little bit and talk about something positive that's going on in the community. Talk about our youth. Again, we're always about the youth, always about what's going on, especially with STEM, man. Again, that is the future. If you're not aware, STEM, robotics, computer engineering, coding, all those things are definitely the future. And if our children are not getting involved, then they are getting left behind. So big shout out to Howard Kennedy, who will be hosting a robotics, the Nebraska Robotics Expo this weekend on Saturday, to be exact. And it is a part of a STEAM program that goes on at Kennedy Elementary, which focuses on keeping kids engaged when it comes to science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. Which again is STEAM, again adding arts to the mix. Fifth graders at the school are gearing up for their robotics expo that they are hosting for the first time during the school after school robotics program. Students work to create special designs and robots. This weekend, they will finally have the chance to compete with other kids from around Omaha in the Nebraska Robotics Expo. One fifth grader who wants to be an astronaut one day says sometimes when robots don't cooperate, it can be disappointing, but the process has taught her other lessons. Zoe Rodriguez says you don't give up and that you try so many times, you just have to try a new time, but think outside of the box. So again, it's not just about creating robots that might do some cool things. It's also about learning life lessons. As a former North High student and a part of North High's engineering program, definitely and can speak to that. Love to hear it. If you're a person who wants to witness this and kind of support our youth, again, it is going down on Saturday at Howard Kennedy Elementary. I don't see a time in this article, so we'll try to get that information for you a little later on in the show. But again, big ups to Howard Kennedy. Again, third to fifth graders will finally put their 10 weeks of creation to the test. So definitely looking forward to that, and wishing best of luck to the young folk competing in the robotics competition.
First guy love the kids.
Yeah, man. First guy love the kids, and first guy love the tech, man. We all about the tech around here, man.
Yeah, man. Tech don't be about us sometimes, but we about the tech.
Yeah, yeah.
I will say, I will put this out there. Every time we go to look, it's an interest of ours. Buddy really kind of hit me to this because he went to North High and there was programs there, engineering programs, and like you tell people, you were going to be an engineer.
Yep.
And so it really is interesting to me, like how many programs after he opened the door and make me see that. I looked around, I was like, oh man, there's STEM and STEAM programs everywhere in North Omaha. Like why isn't North Omaha known for this? So went and go, it's the interest of mine to keep looking around and seeing about what's going on as far as programs are concerned, what schools are doing. And I'm kind of getting the word that they've taken a lot of things out of the schools. I think it was Marlon Harrison or somebody was telling me that it's that they've taken the magnet school delineation off of the schools now. They're spreading the money out over a bunch of schools instead of providing funds for certain programs for certain schools. I was talking to my sister who was saying Lothrop used to have a greenhouse over there, and it's just sitting there dilapidated now because they're not
Yeah.
they're not teaching kids. If you guys have heard, I want to put it out there to the chat and everybody in our neighborhoods. If you guys have heard about what's going on with these programs in schools and out of schools, is it going away? Is it something that we need to be looking at a little bit more closely and fighting for to keep STEM and STEAM in our neighborhoods? To make sure that the high schools, junior highs and high schools still have programs. I don't have any kids in school, so I don't really know. So I'm wondering about this. If you in the chat have heard anything about what's going on in our neighborhoods as far as that. Have you been a victim of any of the programs that have disappeared? Let us know about it, and also let us know about programs that you know of that are still going on for sure too.
Mm-hmm.
And you can always send us information on that at firstskyOmaha@gmail.com, or you can always put it in Friends of First Sky Omaha where we go and check it out too. So just kind of want to put it out there to see we talk to the people in our neighborhoods. Let's go ahead and ask them directly.
Yeah.
What's your experience?
Yeah, especially those of you who have children, work in the schools, or working with our youth. What programs are out there? I know, you want to take the time to give a shout out to IB Black Girl,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
yeah, they're definitely doing some, seen it firsthand. Working with the sisters, the young ladies, in coding, teaching them coding and things like that. The program started actually at the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation when we were there for Mind and Soul. Used to see her come in and host her meetings and things like that. So
Yeah.
that's grown. I don't know, does anybody know Peter Kiewit? Peter Kiewit actually used to have internships for young folk.
Hmm.
Upward Bound, T ran in the chat saying, is Upward Bound still around? That's definitely a good
I think
question.
so.
I was a part of Upward Bound, and they did have a STEM, like there were two different Upward Bound programs that were going on at Creighton. One was the Upward Bound Classic, which was kind of traditional. Then they had Upward Bound Math and Science for students who were interested in the STEAM programs and a STEAM career path. So yeah, if anybody knows about Upward Bound, I think they're still around. But yeah, let us know. Let us know what resources are out there for children.
Yeah.
Uh, speaking of
Hmm.
speaking of that, let's go ahead and get into the Step Up program, because maybe there's some STEAM and STEM internships out there for the young folk. Again, if you're not familiar, the Step Up program is a career exploration program as a part of the Empowerment Network. It's actually been going on for 17 years, according to this Omaha Rural Herald program or article. It's at its launch, Step Up had only about 150 job opportunities for teens. But again, over the last decade and a half, almost, it has grown. As Paul mentioned, to date, more than 8,000 teens and young adults have been connected to career exploration opportunities and jobs through Step Up. This summer, Step Up wants to help about 700 more people ages 14 to 21 find their calling by partnering with dozens of organizations, including the city of Omaha, small businesses, and major employers to explore careers via internships, job training, and entrepreneurships. The summer program will run from June 3rd to August 2nd. Applications are being accepted at Step Up Omaha website until March 1st. So that window is open until March 1st. Go to Step Up Omaha's website. Again, anyone in the age range of 14 to 21 who lives in the Omaha area is eligible. So it's not just Black students. It's anybody between the age range of 14 to 21 who lives in the Omaha area. You are eligible. And this is a paid internship program. So this ain't just free work. You will be getting some coin. Hourly wages range from $10 to $14 an hour or more. So definitely some great opportunities. As Paul mentioned, we're constantly learning about what's going on with the Empowerment Network. The Step Up program is one of their biggest programs, and every person accepted into the Step Up program will be matched with a coach. So it's not just internship, but it's also mentorship that's going along with this, which is huge. As somebody who's had several mentors throughout my life, I can definitely speak to the importance of that. The ratio will be one coach for every 15 participants at the younger levels, to one coach for every 25 participants at the older levels. So there you go.
Yeah.
Again, there's a lot to say about this, but what say you?
Yeah. Anthony Rogers writes in the chat says, "Are there internships paid? If not, there's a word for that." Yeah, it's kind of the trend right now for internships to get paid. There's not a whole lot of money in it. Sounds like to me, but a little bit of money and some experience and some mentorship, like Buddy is saying. Same thing. I still got mentors. They're critical and necessary. So I think that's a good idea. Not just throw them out there to the wind, but give them some guidance. So we'll see. Yeah, it's interesting, and yeah, what say you on these subjects here? What do you know about any of those kinds of programs? Anybody you or related to or know people that have benefited from the Step Up program? Anybody in the chat have family members that or young family members that were part of it? So let us know about what your experience is with this. We're doing our research, but our research consists of us having conversations with you, the people, in our community about all these things. So, and we take that as word. So let us know. Jumping in the chat real quick too. Miss Chrisanne says check out MCC for elementary children classes over the summer. I'll definitely do
Okay.
that. Yeah, I forgot to
Yeah,
add that.
thank you.
Also, Marlon Harrison says I know King Science is still going strong with their science and technology program. Glad to hear
Beautiful,
that.
beautiful. Yeah, I was a King Science student. Yeah,
Okay,
nice to
that's what's
hear.
up.
Yeah, man.
Mama God in the chat says, watch your TikTok news update clip. Great job, buddy. You may want to add CST to the part about live airing times. First Guy Omaha is viewed all over the nation. Nice.
Okay.
I like that.
Thanks for the suggestion.
Yeah, thank you. Um, Also, Kimmer Snipes gives us a good morning. She says, my son did step up. Okay, so there you go.
Okay.
Somebody, she says, one of my best friends, 4 of her kids did step up.
Okay. The whole gang. How did they like it?
Yeah.
Did they like it? Did they learn from it? Did they make a little coin?
What was your experience with it, Kimmer? Let us know. Let us know for sure.
Yeah.
Appreciate the feedback there on that. Yeah, we'll be digging
Yeah.
into it more and find out what's going on here. And like I said, the thing that I'm understanding now is that we always are talking about Empowerment Network and Willie Barney, but Empowerment Network is a network. We can talk to 40 or 50 other entities that are part of this network the ones that are really making things happen too. You know, they're really kind of the actual businesses and feet on the ground and programs that are making some difference here. So you got to talk to everybody about it, really.
Right. And speaking of, talking to everybody about it, I also want to hear from business owners. Any business owners that had some interns from Step Up. That's one area that we don't really think about. But when you think about the network, these businesses that are taking in these interns from the Step Up program, in a way, are a part of the network. And again, we know that they are getting funds to pay these interns, which means the businesses themselves aren't paying the interns,
Mhm.
or at least paying the full salary, which means these businesses are getting cheap labor or free labor, which again, for small businesses in our community can go a long way. As again, we've used interns during the Mind and Soul days. I've been an intern. I've been many areas where interns were used, and it can help. It can help get a lot of things done, or at least something done for a small business in a cheap way. So I am kind of curious, any small business owners out there, if you might use some summer help, extra hand this summer, somebody on the register, something.
Yeah. I was just thinking, man, I'm from the era of when interns didn't get paid. So
Yeah, that
free
too. I
internship.
remember them days.
But it just hit me like back in those days, you were supposed to be learning something and also making connections through those
Hmm.
internships.
Hmm.
Everything's so connected now. You don't need the same kind of help in that way. And maybe that's the reason why this trend now of like, okay, we need to stop talking about unpaid interns is happening. They actually paying interns. It's been a trend for the past like 5 years now. If you say you got
Hmm.
an internship, better be some money behind it now. So interesting though.
Got to compete.
Yeah.
Got to compete. And also a big shout out to Sister Kimra, because she's giving us some more information about it. Not just a little coin, but apparently you're getting some training as well. She says they do a work ethic training with them for 2 weeks. I facilitate the training, so I know for a fact it's really good training. Shameless plug. Kimra also says my son got to work at the Croc Center, which was right by our house. She also says my son still maintains those work ethic principles, and his boss tells me all the time that my son's work ethic is impeccable. So again, laying seeds for a strong and prosperous future. That's a beautiful thing, and that's what we need. That's what we
Love
need. So
that.
I like to hear it, man.
Miss Erica Feld gives us a good morning. Good morning to you.
Hey,
Kimmer said, don't leave Kimmer out of that equation though. She said, although I'm sure a lot of that has to do with me. That's right. The way you raised my man.
shameless plug. Shameless plug. There you go.
Miss Erica Feld says, in the car listening while taking Boogie to a robotics competition. We were just talking about this robotics
Okay.
competition. Yeah.
Speaking of robotics, so you might know firsthand. Is Boogie a part of the North Omaha robotics program? Did North lose its magnet designation? Is it what's going on with that
Yeah, we've
program?
been hearing rumors that schools have been losing designation and money's been taken and spread out and all kinds of stuff. We're just trying to get a grasp on it. We're doing the research, but we'd like to hear from you, the people who are actually got kids in the program and stuff like that. So let us know when you get a chance. Don't get in the car wreck trying to let us know, but let us know later. Also, Gwen Easter said, when Empowerment Network first started, I took in Step Up Youth, a few in my daycare. Okay, so here's a business owner that took in
Beautiful.
some Step Up people. So we trained them in the daycare, and having the extra help was good for us. Cool.
So there you go. There you go. So again, one hand washes the other, if you will.
Yeah. Wanda Lewis in the chat says very few businesses in the Northeast Omaha sign up youth for the Step Up program. I do know that William King does. Most of the youth in the program are not minority. Oh, interesting. Okay. Anthony
Okay.
Rogers Wright says it also has to do with the racism and capitalism. We know who can take unpaid internships and who can't. You got that right. Internships are about the connections to larger systems. If they don't open doors for you, they are not effective beyond individual stories of success in lieu of collective lessons for liberation. Yeah, great comment, great thing to remember on that for sure. It's definitely about in this country especially, it's about who you know more than about what
Right.
you know. And if you're not able to get into these spaces, get the doors open for you, then you're left out. He's right. You know, internships is to me it just reminds me of like the legislature. Like you can you can't live off of what the legislature pays you.
That 1,000 a month.
Yeah, you can't live off of that. So it kind of limits who in our communities can be in the legislature. Just remind me of the fight that Senator Wayne and Senator McKinney are in for sure. And others who are trying to work full-time jobs and also do their do civic duty. So yeah, same thing with this internships, man. You can if you got a family that can support you, you don't got to go out and work, then you could take a free internship somewhere to get in somewhere and so on and so forth. But yeah, it's more equal. There's more equity in there being paid internships, so that people who would normally have to go get jobs can make a little check and still receive the benefits of an internship and learning in a business. So there it is. Let us know what your experience is on that. Are you like me from the era of internship meant free work, free labor? That's what it meant back in the day. Like,
Yeah.
pay. That's why they had to put the word paid internships on it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta differentiate. But the more we think about it, and I'm going to pivot into OPS because again, OPS just named their new superintendent earlier this week.
Yep.
And brother Matt Ray is speaking out about his plans as a new superintendent. And the more we talk about this whole internship program, I'm actually thinking a lot of the internships that I got through OPS. So actually, man, you got me reminiscing, man. My best internship was actually at Union Pacific. It was a summer internship that I got through Omaha North's engineering program. It was a civic engineering internship at Union Pacific. Had a cubicle. That's actually the reason why I don't want a cubicle job and why I would definitely switch to media from engineering. But the internship was fun. I learned a lot and that's that allowed me to buy my first car.
Okay, so
At
it
the
was a paid
internship.
internship then.
It was a paid internship. It was some nice coin at Union Pacific. It was
money,
just nice. Yeah. It was just nice, to kind of be in that professional environment, to be, a high school student, and still get that experience. So I say all that to say, let's pay attention to OPS. Now, let's not, just lump up, Step Up and Upward Bound and all of these, Trio and all of these after school programs. What is OPS doing as far as again setting up our youth for success in the future? So
Interesting.
yes, sir. So definitely want to pivot and talk about this article coming out of Channel 7 KETV, who's again spoke with Matt Ray, our new superintendent for OPS, and he lays out his plans for the future as he steps into his role in July officially. And in the meantime, he will continue to act as interim. Again, Matt Ray has been interim since Dr. Cheryl Logan stepped down. And as he transitions into now the full-time position, he's looking to make some changes, apparently. He says, as I experienced the Omaha Public Schools and all the potential it had as far as career development, I knew that I could do other things and contribute more in different ways. Again, speaking to why he again moved from teacher as being a whole career to now superintendent. As we talked again, as KETV talked about his new position, they said they visited the classroom where he actually used to teach back in Ashland Park Robbins Elementary. Again, he was a fifth grade teacher for quite some time. Ray says, I had a radio with speakers because that was what was cool then, but it was mainly just kids' art all over the place. Again, the role of interim is to maintain and adjust, but the role of superintendent is to change. Apparently, the district will work to complete the final year of its strategic plan. I think Kimra mentioned that, again, OPS is working on their strategic plan. So this is definitely a good time for the community to kind of keep eyes and really maybe even have input. Maybe that would be nice on what the future of OPS looks like. Ray says that it is also time to have a discussion with the education board about the next plan. Now, his top priority will be literacy, which is definitely good. As we have discussed here on the show, it's been reported that literacy rates is poor. It's actually going in the wrong direction in OPS, and it's being reported that over half of freshmen right now aren't on track to graduate, and we know that literacy rates are a big connection to that. Actually, Ray says it drives all the work that we're trying to do. It's connected to math, it's connected to specials, it's connected to graduation.
Hmm.
So also, he said the last few days they already started to make changes to the district's reading volunteer program. Instead of volunteers reading to kids, the kids will read to the volunteers as one small change. He also says the district will also work to improve staffing, including hiring and maintaining more special education teachers, which also is good to hear. Be better to see, but it's definitely good to hear. As we know, several programs in North Omaha, in particular, have closed down due to the lack of special education teachers. So, again, a lot of people in the chat said that they didn't really um, they weren't too satisfied with what they heard from Mr. Ray at the interviews earlier this week. But again, I'm hearing the right things. But again, it could all be lip service. We'll definitely see what he does in the future.
Yeah. Any thoughts on that? We reached out to Brianna Full from the OPS board to come on and talk. She's been very busy with the choosing of the superintendent. So now that that's over, hopefully we'll get her on to talk about what she has to say about that, because she definitely has some things to say about this
Yeah.
particular choice. And we had a couple of days now to kind of think about it. So let us know what your thoughts are on some of the things that he's saying. We were anticipating a statement, of course. He got the job,
Mhm.
so he's going to come in now and talk about what he's going to do. Anybody have any lines of communication to him is also the thing I'm thinking of. What like I said, we want the public to be able to speak, of course, but it's also about personal relationships around this town. So anybody have any lines of communication to him that can kind of relay some of the things that's going to be needed? Because if he's going to have the job, then he's going to need the guidance, I believe. Um,
Mm.
not to take anything away from his professional, his resume, but I look at it like there's a special thing going on here when you have 80% people kids of color in the district, and I don't care who you are. If you're white, you need a black friend. I just, what I'm saying.
Need some
Just,
help?
yeah. I mean, help you put some eyes on what's happening and bring some things out that might not be in the forefront of your mind that's needed, and just be able to have communication to the black community. So this is what we do. We're always putting it out there. T. Rand said, "I'll wait for the actions." Yep. I mean, we got to do that, but I can already say let's hopefully we can all jump into this with some collaboration. He's got the job. Let's see what's happening. I'm so anxious to speak to Brianna Full, and hear
Yeah.
what was behind her emotion on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think okay. Also, Cameron saying that she has a direct line. She says I can text Matt. Hey, love to have him on if he's down to come talk. I'd love to have him on too, and Bree Fool and Ricky Smith and whoever else we can have from the school board. Because again, we do have a lot of questions. And for those of you who did catch the headlines clip or that we put out on TikTok, as mentioned in that, a lot of things hanging in the balance as far as schools. Again, we have the possibility of guns, coming to the schools, or at least, excuse me, the district having the ability to give the green light for guns in schools is definitely up for debate. Funding still an issue with OPS. Yeah, still a lot of things. Transportation. I mean, yeah, still a lot of things going on with OPS. So we shall
We
see.
shall
We
see.
shall see.
Wanda Lewis
Yeah.
says if he hadn't initiated any changes since he's been there in that position, he probably wouldn't have gotten the job. Interesting. He
Hmm.
had a head start. We talked about that too. He's been intern. It's been a interim situation for the past year though, and
Yeah.
we have been talking about what's if there's anything that has been changing over the past year. There's a lot of things that we've been talking about. Money that didn't get that they refused to take. Uh, mental health or social. What were the special ed teachers that were leaving?
Hmm.
Um, there was a lot of problems. So
Yep.
we'll like I said, Like T-Ran said, I'll wait for the actions. We'll see. Kimmer says she can text Matt, so if
Yeah.
she got a line directly to him, so maybe we can have him on the show and put some questions together to ask him about some things as well, and also extend the hand, like I said, in communication with the neighborhoods if he doesn't have it. So appreciate everybody who's joining in on that. She says she'll reach out to him. Appreciate that very much. Sean McCarthy, a little earlier before we move on, said, I could not have taken my internship if it wasn't paid, even though it was only 10 an hour. The shrinking of paid internships is depressing as hell. Well, I hear you. So I'm encouraged that the Step Up program is a paid internship.
Yeah.
We need to get past.
Also,
Go ahead.
Boogie also telling us, I don't know if you saw that or read
didn't see
that, but yeah, Boogie in the chat,
Okay.
yes, answering the question and telling us about another, I guess, organization that's giving internships. Says, this is Boogie. I'm in intern Omaha and it's paid employment. Okay. Intern Omaha.
I missed that whole comment. Okay, what's up, Boogie?
Yeah,
Intern
what's up, Boogie?
Omaha. Okay, that's what's up. Oh, he was on. That's him. That woman's. Okay, got it.
Yep.
Intern Omaha. Yeah, paid employment. That's what's up. Appreciate that. Oh,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little
yeah.
earlier we were talking about IB Black Girl. I don't. They
Mhm.
got a couple jobs out there that they're looking for to a development coordinator.
Okay.
So yeah, if you guys got if any of the businesses out here have jobs that you guys are looking for, we'd be happy to show this and put them up and put the word out that they're looking for people. There's actually a few jobs out there. I've seen a bunch in Friends of First Sky Omaha and other places, organizations out there that are hiring. Lots of jobs out there actually. So that's the thing too. Another trend in business right now is instead of saying you have to have a degree, they say you can have we would love it for you to have a degree or work experience. Lived experience is also the equivalent of that. So there's a lot of opportunities there that you can get and bypass the internship altogether and just go get the job too. So
Man, School of Hard Knocks.
that's right. Like everybody else, let's start out with it.
Yeah, man. Speaking of that, also we kind of skipped over it, but that woman, Miss Erica Phelps, says she's hiring this summer.
Oh, that's right.
So,
Yeah. See,
yeah.
a little
So
hiring
yeah, want to
spree going.
acknowledge that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Get some coin out there, y'all. Get some coin.
There you go. It's 7:52 right now. If you believe in the concept of time.
750.
Already 7:50.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, let's go take a quick break, man, and we'll come back and jump back into some stories here. And again, extensive Haps a little later on today. Black Power Weekend is happening this weekend, so clear your calendar and get ready to come to some events. And if you have any, let us know too. Put it in the chat, and we'll put everything in Friends of First Sky Omaha. But yes, extensive Haps coming soon. In the meantime, between time, stay tuned. We'll be right back. You're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio, First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the
I'm
morning.
Paul B. He's Buddi3 Da Gawd. You are Chat Chimers, Ghost listeners, and the radio listeners. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned, y'all.
Time to get my hustle on. Hustle till the break of dawn. Do whatever makes me strong. Worry about the right and wrong. Time to get my hustle on. Hustle till the break of dawn. Do whatever makes me strong. Worry about the right and wrong. Living in the HIC. Brothers all surrounding me. Ain't no futures here. Just lives full of pain and fear. Time for a different stroke. I'm tired always being broke. Me and just about all my folks. Tired of being without hope. So it's time to get my hustle on. Hustle till the break of dawn. Do whatever makes me strong. Worry about the right and wrong. It's time to get my
Welcome back. You're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio, First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Yep. How you guys feeling today on this Friday?
Hey.
Yeah, you getting ready for the weekend? You getting your clothes ironed? Hair
Man.
did? Yeah, man.
Starched and pressed. Pants standing on their own.
Yes. If you're a cameraman, I got all the batteries getting charged up for the weekend. Going down.
Yeah, man. A lot of things going on. So yeah, let us know what your weekend is looking like, what you're planning on. What's going on in your world?
Yeah, there's a lot happening. Of course, we want to keep on talking about the Black Power Expo that's going on, man. Black Power
Yes,
Conference,
sir.
February 17th and 18th. February 17th is 1 to 5. This is at the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation. There's going to be many speakers there, and we're going to have a good time getting together and talking about future efforts for what Black Omaha needs to get done, man. And I'm so happy to see like Black Agenda Alliance and Untamed partnering with Omaha Star with Malcolm X Memorial Foundation. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be really good. So lots of things going on. Definitely show up there. We talked to the brother Kasim about this Monday, and so if you missed Monday's show, go back and check that out. He's letting you know about what's going to happen this weekend. Also Sunday, restoring the Black family. That's going to be a lot of a few speakers, and I'm really looking forward to Sherman Wells speaking because he really doesn't hold back when it comes to talking about what the family needs.
Man.
It's all about he's a family man. He's all about the family, and he'll let you know, man. It's kids out here acting up. You gotta let them kids know, but you also gotta let the parents know too. And he don't hold back. So I can't wait to hear what he's saying about restoring the Black family happening on February 18th from 1 to 4 at the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation. So Black Power Weekend is in full effect, man.
Yeah, man.
Even before that, man. Even before that, we gotta recognize. Where is it at here? In the morning on Saturday.
Oh yeah, in the morning.
Yeah, man, that Black Power Conference starts at 11, but from 8 to 12, it's the B&B pancake feed going down, man. And I haven't had these pancakes yet, but from what I understand, they're kind of legendary.
The Pancake Man. You don't know about the Pancake
What
Man?
about the Pancake Man?
Come on, man.
I love me a flapjack too, so I don't know why I haven't heard.
Pancake Man. He's a staple in the community. He's been coming around the schools for as long as I can remember.
Man, located.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this is at North High. Okay.
Yeah.
This is at North High. Doors open at 8:00, featuring Bud Crawford. The champ is gonna be there. Come on, man. Yeah, we got to go check this out. You can register at www.band. Let's see. Band. I can't see the pancake.
B&B Academy.
Is it B&B Academy? Okay, cool. All I see is pancakes and butters and syrup sliding off of it, all in my way. Appreciate everybody who's a part of making this happen. Hopefully, we all get together, have some breakfast first before we go over to Malcolm X Memorial Foundation. As you can, you can see how this weekend is shaping up. It's kind of a trip. Yeah, it'll be a long one, but it'll be a good one. It'll be good time to get together with everybody.
Oh yeah. Yeah, hopefully, like the events, the messages, like just the community unity will charge you up, man. It's enough out there. Get out there. Feel that love, feel that community, feel that charge.
Speaking of community and charge, Miss Erica Fell says Intern Omaha is through Avenue Scholars Program. Didn't know that.
Okay.
Wanda Lewis says Workforce Development also has a WIOA work program for youth. It pays $14.99 hourly. All right.
Yes.
Kimra Snipes says Radius is hiring. See what I'm saying? There's a lot of hiring going on right now for real.
Man,
she says they need some people who look like our kids. I will put the link on the page. Appreciate that. She says it also needs people who are bilingual. So that'll work. Also, Wanda Lewis is saying ages 14 to 24 for that WIOA program, work program for youth, pays $14.99 hourly. Right on.
24. Okay. I might know some folk that can take advantage.
Yeah. That's usually it's youth goes up to like 21 or something like that when it comes to these programs. So 24 is good. What's up, brother Jahi Shabazz in the chat? Good morning. He says OPS has been overhauled and controlled by Susie Buffett. They separated Ben Gray and Ernie Chambers and confused the community, and our opportunity for our own school district was lost. Ben submitted to the liberal plantation. Moreover, Susie is a globalist. All schools are being socially engineered for Alfred Kinsey, gender confusion, and LGBTQ pedophilia prepping of all children nationally. Lot to unpack there. We'll have to have you on to talk about some of these things. You're kind of throwing a lot out there, so we'll definitely have a discussion, and we're still looking forward to talking to you beforehand and getting you on the show to talk about some things for sure. Appreciate your comments and your participation here. I see you over on 95.7 The Boss a lot too, talking to William King. So shout out to the brothers out here like you who are actually coming to the media and speaking on such issues.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
bossing with us.
We'll have to, bossing with them. That's right. We'll have to talk about it. Kimmer Snipe says, I'll be at the conference, hopefully with a table to talk about One Omaha with anybody who stops by.
Beautiful.
This is you talking about at the Malcolm S. Memorial Foundation? That'll be great. The Black Power Conference. Yeah. Shout out to you for what you guys are doing over there at One Omaha. Shout out to being a fiscal agent for those of us that need a little help with some of these grants and so on. Appreciate you guys doing that. One Omaha, definitely check out what One Omaha is doing and support One Omaha. They got a great crew over there doing great things. And the of course Kimmer is the neighborhood queen, so it's all about the neighborhoods and what we can do in the proximity of where we live, how we can get together and do things. Shout out to Kimmer Snipes for the work she's doing up there at One Omaha for sure.
Yeah, kind of reminding us, it's not boots to the roots season quite anymore, but we're still pushing boots to the roots, man. And again, if you haven't joined your neighborhood association, definitely make sure you do that, especially as we approach the spring. A lot of spring cleaning things going on, a lot of events, a lot of activities in the community, man. So farmers markets and all, garage sales, all kind of things happening in the community. So definitely get out there and support.
Yep. Miss Erica Fell says I'll be hiring someone 40 hours a week for 10 weeks this summer to be me, 18 and older. Okay.
Okay.
Double it up. So yeah, if you have any ability or desire to work with children, especially, Miss Erica Felt and her company, the Playhouse is definitely where you need to go when I think of community taking care of the kids, community businesses, community daycares taking care of kids. I think of Miss Erica Felt because she don't just take care of the kids; she's educating the kids, feeding the kids. It's an all around situation. And I know if I had kids and I needed to leave them somewhere to go to work, I would want somebody I know in the community that's not just somebody in the community, but somebody who's also a professional, really taking care of the kids and educating the kids, putting your kids in good hands. So I'm sure that there'll be some training, a little bit of training there when you hire somebody, and it won't just be them working. It'll be you imparting your ways on them as well on how to really take care of the kids and so on. I encourage somebody to do it. I encourage that we need more child care providers in our city, and it'd be good to take that job if you're so inclined to work with kids, man. That's what's up.
Get you some skills.
Yep. Brother Shabazz said, I'm ready to come on the show. Give me a time, brothers. We will. We'll have a discussion for sure.
Yes, sir.
Areas 402 says disc golf is a family sport. Only a one lifetime $10 disc to play. You've been talking about this frisbee golf. We got to get busy with it. Yeah, man. That's that we used to get down in California. It reminds me of a California sport. So
okay,
yeah, springtime is a great time to do some frisbee golfing around here, and you can put some things together. So
I can see some cats right near the beach tossing the disc around.
It's more like the parks in Cali. Trees to hang the baskets on the beach.
Yeah. True.
Appreciate everybody coming on through. Gwen Easter says, yep, Susie running OPS. I'm a part of another group that took on OPS, and we fought against the comprehensive sex education that they're pushing, homosexuality, transgender issues, and on kids. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to talk about some of that kind of stuff. Whether or not they're you're saying that they're pushing these things on kids. We'll have to talk about that a little bit deeper because this is definitely one of those subjects that goes deep with folks. T. Wren says globalism is now and the future. Get with it or get left behind. Isolationism is a white grievance position, one that is becoming irrelevant. Interesting comment. Very interesting comment.
Okay, kind of responding to Brother Jahisha Bass, who's called Susie Buffett a globalist.
Interesting.
I'm gonna have to look into these. Yeah, it's a little over my head.
Global, yeah. I know a teach about some, this theory of globalization, but yeah, it's definitely something we can. Yeah, if more you in the community want to talk about it, let's talk about it for sure.
Yeah.
Ms. Eckerfeld says there will be training as well as fingerprinting, so background checks and everything going on for her job. You messing with the kids, you want to know what's happening.
That part.
Kimberly Tonight says I went to the website for Bud Crawford, but didn't see a registration link for the pancake breakfast. I didn't see a link either, but I did see, like I said, the pancake breakfast did say at the bottom there, register at bnbboxingacademy.org. So I'm not sure.
Here's a QR code at the top. Maybe that.
Yeah. Go to Friends of First Sky Omaha, or I don't know if your screen's if you're looking on your phone right now, but if you're looking on the screen, then you can hit that QR code. It might be big enough for you to scan it. So check that out. And all this is on Friends of First Sky Omaha too. So definitely check that out. Sandra Lee Poole's in the. I'm sorry, I see her name wrong every time.
Surrender.
Surrender Pool is in the house. Dollhouse Fashions will be hiring this year. There's another company hiring. That's what's up. Training
Hey,
with
she said,
certificate.
there you go. There you go. Beautiful to see Dollhouse still moving and grooving. Surrender. Shout out to you.
I still haven't been over there. I gotta go check out.
Hey, right there on the deuce, man. Go check it
Yeah,
out.
buddy,
Go check it
buddy,
out.
buddy went on over there and didn't call me and let me know he was going. He just kind of was like, just slide over here and see what's happening. I got
Hey, we was chilling. Had Smoking Doja out
Yeah.
there, smoking Doja wangs and
And see,
things.
that's what I'm talking about. Now, see, he was in town, slid over to where the ladies was at, smoking Doja out there with the wangs, and didn't call her brother.
Oh yeah, it was a good time.
I
It was
was
a good
still
time.
upset with you, brother.
Shout out.
Yeah. That's right. Dang, buddy. That's right. Tell him.
Oh dang, Surrender. Don't join them. Don't help him out. Don't help him.
8:05 right now. If you believe in the concept of times, we will have a extensive Haps a little later on the day, so get your Haps ready. In the meantime, between time, we still got a few more stories we want to jump into, buddy.
Yeah,
What's
man.
next on the agenda?
Man, this is something we definitely should talk about. It's not coming out of OPS, but again, if you have young folk, especially if you're on free and reduced lunch, something to look out for. This is out of our partners out of Flatwater Free Press. Apparently, schools are going after parents and families due to debt from unpaid lunch tabs. Apparently, it's been pretty aggressive, if you will. One person that they highlighted in the story, a young man, apparently ate about $194 worth of lunches at Clifton Elementary in Lincoln. When his parents failed to pay the entire amount, the school district referred the rest, the $53, to a private debt collection agency that sued the boy's parents in late 2020.
Bruh.
The company won the case and garnished wages earned by the family's breadwinner for several months. Lincoln Public Schools turned over nearly 1,700 such school lunch debts to a collector, Professional Choice Recovery, last school year. The average debt the district referred to the agency was about $67, so not substantial at all. Most Nebraskans, urban school districts, including all of the Omaha area, have found ways around sending parents to collections over unpaid lunch tabs. However, 4 of the state's 20 largest districts, Lincoln, Kearney, Columbus, and Scottsbluff, are using reportedly private collectors to recoup unpaid lunch tabs, according to a Flatwater Free Press analysis. The Nebraska legislature is actually considering a bill that would ban the practice of sending unpaid school meal debts to collection firms, and therefore, again, possibly getting parents' wages garnished. And districts use districts' use of collection agencies primarily, of course, hurts working class families who live paycheck to paycheck, but earn too much money to qualify for free or reduced meals, said bill sponsor Senator Daniel Conrad. Sending lunch debts to collections can plunge parents into a spiraling series of harm that starts with a stress-inducing barrage of collection letters and ends with wage garnishment and damaged credit scores. That's according to the Lincoln Democrat. Nebraska school districts that use collection agencies say the longstanding practice helps their meal program stay afloat amid challenging economic circumstances. It also holds families responsible for the deficits they accrue. That's according to Kate Murphy, who's a food service director for Kearney Public Schools. If Conrad bill does pass, it will remove the incentive for parents to pay their kids a lunch bill, according to Murphy. And at a hearing on the proposal last month, several members of the legislature's education committee, actually were surprised to learn that districts refer meal debts to collectors, something that they weren't aware of. And this is definitely something that could possibly damage a lot of families, especially if you can't already afford the $53 or $60 for that to, again, start to garnish your wages. Even just as I said in the article, just the image, the viewing of the news that your wages will be garnished can definitely induce a lot of stress. But again, what say you, especially those of you who are working in schools, have children in schools? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's I don't know what to think of that. That seems wild to me. I mean, you gotta I don't know. It seems wild. I'll jump into the chat. Maggie Miller Jenkins is saying this has been common practice for years in the state that boasts agriculture. It's wild that we punish children for needing to eat. I mean, chat says it best, man. You guys in the chat are taking, or those are the words that I be using. Wanda Lewis says the 120 in SNAP benefits for the summer to families, is that per family or per child? It's-
It's a good question. I believe it's per child, but I'll have to look into it officially. But yes, that kind of reminds us again. This was mentioned last episode. I think Senator Vargas kind of alluded to it as far as Governor Pillen reversing his course. Again, it did look like that SNAP summer program wasn't going to make its way through, but now it will be making its way through. Again, I don't know if that allotment is for per family or per child. I think it's per child, but again, I will have to look into that.
Malik Rogers in the chat says Lincoln Public School Board currently ran by 5 Democrats and 2 independents. Think about that for a moment. Sounds like this is a practice that's been going on for a little while, even maybe before that lineup. But yeah, it's interesting that you would have to kind of explain to people, especially people that are Democrats, that that are saying they're living by a certain tenet, that you got to explain some things like that. It seems, on one hand, it feels like if somebody's not paying a debt, what do you do? There's kind of an automatic situation where, if you're 90 days delinquent on any bill, then it's going to go to a collector or whatever. I mean, that happens in every other aspect of life. But it seems to me like such small amounts, and
Right.
for what it is for, and the reason why, if you are already struggling to help your kids eat in the first place, then how is garnishing wages going to help any of that?
Right.
Especially, why isn't there? And if we have all this money in reserve in the state, how come there's not money for lunch for kids that need it? What? I didn't even realize there was a bill. Like I said, I don't have any kids, so I don't know. So I didn't realize there was a bill that you had to pay for.
Yeah, it costs. It costs, and especially for those who have multiple children. Think about that.
Yeah.
Think about that. For those who have multiple children, maybe it's $50 per student. But what if those students, 3 or 4 of them are siblings? That could easily be a $200 bill for a family that, as we've seen throughout the pandemic, a lot of families are about $500 away from not being able to pay rent, or
Yeah.
that could mean a difference in a lot of things. So, and very interesting. I do want to point out, as far as OPS goes, it does seem like this is kind of far from being a reality in OPS, as it has an income-based federal designation, according to this article, that allows it to serve breakfast and lunch to students for free, regardless of economic status. So, again, if you are a parent of a student in OPS, apparently they receive their lunch and breakfast for free. But again, that is not the case for many of the state's largest school districts.
Interesting. Miss Erica says per child, so that answers that question there
you
per
go.
child.
Yep.
She also says it's disgusting. Debt lowers credit scores, making families live in unsafe conditions. Was that what you're trying to say there? This snowballs. The last line kind of threw me off.
Yeah. Good job catching yourself, though, Paul.
When she goes back and look at that, she's going, low credit is why I live in Legacy Crossing, she says. Why I had to live in Legacy Crossing, right. Yeah.
If you remember, Legacy Crossing closed down. Everybody was evicted.
You got to think about low credit when it comes to that, housing now. I don't know if it used to be a thing. It doesn't. If I remember correctly, it wasn't. But now, like your credit score is a major factor on whether or not you're going to be able to get some housing. They're going to look at that and a few other things that they didn't used to look at. So,
I mean, think about it like this: if you can't pay a $53, food bill, and your credit is lower, you already know that's going to be down payment, first month rent, last month rent before you can even get the keys. Like, again, you're sending families on a slippery slope. I definitely understand, kind of playing God's advocate, if you will. Thinking of it from the school district's perspective, because although we know OPS has, a bill, likened to the city itself, that's not the case for all school districts across the state. So it is kind of a question of what is the funding for some of the schools, as mentioned in this article. One, I believe it was, forget what school district it was, but she says, again, this helps them. This keeps their food program afloat. Like, is it, how close are some districts to losing their food program altogether? Like, what are the school districts really like? What is the real state of our education in the state? What are these school districts really dealing with?
Right. It's a very good question. Marianne Williams in the chat. Appreciate you coming in. Says, good morning. If they were sued for $53, that amount quadrupled or more for attorney and court fees. She says, I testified on that bill. It's insane that we have bills to give water rights to indigenous people. Raybold, they're trying to remove DEI, Merman, reduce the election days, Hansen, and trying to take public funding from public schools. Linehan. Interesting.
Laying it out.
Laying it out. Who's pushing for what? So yeah, appreciate your comments there. Malik Rogers says debt collectors are not the friendliest. So imagine the heightened anxiety and stress this brings families. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Kimber Snipe says Omaha County Commission most Dems and got rid of public comment. Yeah, let's not forget that public comment. Interesting stuff. Appreciate everybody's comments here. Ariel's 402 says if you carry debt, everything is a luxury. Yeah, Kimber also says are also allowing one person to be the reason an entire district won't have city staff representation at council committee meetings. Yeah, man, this is kind of wild. Brother Pena's in the chat too. Appreciate you coming on in. Let me get back to your comments here. I'm sorry, I'm getting lost in the comments, y'all. Lots of good stuff coming in.
The chat's going on.
Chat's going off. I appreciate it very much. Wanda Lewis says low credit scores is also a factor on if you have to pay deposits for utilities. I forgot about that. Yeah. Kimber says basically Democrat means nothing. That's why I ain't one anymore. Sal Rex Isaka in the chat. Salasaka, new name I haven't seen in the chat. Appreciate you. Says good morning, my brothers. Keep up the great work. Thank you. I appreciate you very much.
Thank you, brother. You're not familiar with Brother Sal?
I think we met once.
Work with OHA, South Omaha Simple Foundation as well.
Okay, no, I don't think we met then. Yeah, I'm thinking somebody else.
Shout out to Brother Sal. I think is O your brother Uzman? He was O was also a part of the Simple Foundation. So shout out to the Simple Foundation. Got some love on some of the work that they're doing in South Omaha, and O was a mentor of mine back in North. Speaking of programs and schools and things like that, part of Omaha Squires.
Very cool. Right on, man.
Yeah. So thanks for tuning in, Sal. Thank you. Definitely have to talk to you about some things.
There you go.
So I have to reach out.
Hey, T Ren in the chat says, one district collected tens of thousands and 40% went as fee to the debt company.
That's how much are these debt collection agencies making? That's definitely a great point as well. That's definitely a great point. So, man, a lot of good comments on this. I'm trying to find this bill number because actually, again, remember there is a bill in the middle of this story that could stop these types of activities happening. Again, the bill sponsored by Senator Daniel Conrad would again prohibit school districts from again moving those debt to collection agencies. I don't see a bill, so. We'll try to find that to kind of. Oh, here we are right here. LB 855. So There you go. LB 855 from Senator Daniel Conrad would again stop these types of activities from happening and stop families from having to stress about paying $50 for the kids to eat, man. So yeah.
All right. Yeah, we'll definitely keep our eye on this and keep talking about it. Thanks for everybody who joined in on the comments. Miss Erica felt conditions.
It's a family show. Let's try to keep it clean, y'all. Let's keep it clean.
Check that spell check on you.
Yeah, hey, spell check ain't your friend, y'all.
Megan Miller Jenkins said, I just found out yesterday that when we charge youth probation fees, it goes to fund judge retirement. Did y'all know that?
No.
They got so much business.
Follow the money.
Wow.
Still following the money, man. Definitely appreciate that, man. That's some interesting information.
Brother Pena says, I am amazed. We are these Dems. I want to give them my 2 cents. Yeah, speak on up. Anthony Rogers Wright says, maybe we should also be asking if any lawmakers or school officials are getting donations from the debt collectors. Follow the money, and you always find the root cause. Interesting. Roscoe Wallace in the house. Good morning, brother. He says,
peace.
Good morning and good conversations, brothers. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you.
Yep. Marianne Williams says, buddy, I saw the TikTok yesterday. Good stuff. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Expect more of it, y'all. Expect more of it. The shameless plug, real quick. If you haven't already checked us out, check us out on TikTok. Yes. First Guy Omaha spreading his wings a little bit. So yeah, definitely go ahead and support us on TikTok. Check it out. Trying to get them numbers up, man. Trying to meet people where they are. So also let us know, where do you get your information? Where do you get your news? Where do you find yourself doom scrolling? Maybe we can get in that mix a little bit.
Yeah. Malik Rogers putting boost to the roots. He says, I'm about to call my neighborhood school and see if they can pay off some lunches. This is ridiculous.
That's actually a good idea. Maybe we can find some organizations and find some people, at least until this bill is passed, the LB 855, to maybe help some of the families out there struggling to feed the babies. Man, that's babies got to eat. If you're not eating well, you're not thinking about school. It's a slippery slope, man. It's a slippery slope. So this is kind of
It's like
big.
prison, man. You go to prison, you got all these little side businesses like the collect call, like all the things that you got to pay a bunch of money for just to be in prison.
Man,
same thing with school. They make you go to school. Everything is not all the way what it needs to be when you're in school, and you got to pay a whole bunch of systems and money, and now you got to pay debt collectors and all kinds of stuff just to. It's kind of crazy, man. So yeah. Why can't it just be easy for you to be able to get your kid educated and taken care of when they're there? Like, what's the problem? I know I got an aunt in California that was a school lunch person, and I used to get stories all the time about stuff like that, and what they would do on the sly for kids that couldn't get no lunch, and so on and so forth. Man, it's a mess. It's a mess. Maggie Millions, excuse me. She told me that we kept on saying her name wrong too. It's not Maggie. She actually sent me a voice message. And now I forgot how she said it. It's
no, is it McGee?
No, it's you don't pronounce the G. It's
Mahi.
I got to go back and listen. I'm sorry. It was a couple of days ago. I forgot already. But yeah, we've been saying her name wrong this whole time.
Hey, we hooked on phonics around here. Just spell it out.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. Let us know. Anyway, she says there were 3 bills on that yesterday, and I just wanted to share that info with the people. Why are our youth responsible for paying into the retirement fund of the people that punish instead of support? Yeah, that's kind of crazy. She says, I also want to point out that all of the will affect BIPOC population first and hardest. Yeah, this all will affect the BIPOC population first and hardest. Always does. Yeah. Brother Pena says, why bullying happens? They made fun of me because I was poor. Yeah, you think about what the kids are going through at school, who are not able to have lunch or going through some stuff like that. What happens while their parents is getting sued with them getting fed? What's up with how's the kids getting treated? Tamika Johnson says, did I hear say youth probation fees fund the retirement of our judges?
That's what we're hearing.
Yeah,
that's what we're hearing.
Brother Sal says, yes, assuming is my you talking to you, buddy. Assuming is my brother.
Yep.
Simple Foundation. Great seeing you doing great and impactful work. We appreciate you. Let's connect soon. Sounds like a partnership in the future here.
Yeah, actually, I ran into Brother O during the summer when we were there, and talked to him a little bit about what the Simple Foundation is doing. Actually, would love to hear. I heard y'all got some podcast studio stuff going on, and some media stuff going on. Yeah. So definitely would love to hear what the Simple Foundation has going on. As Camera always reminds us, don't forget about South Omaha as well. So yeah, let's build.
One more comment, then we're going to move on to the next subject here. Anthony Rogers in the chat says, this is another call for mutual aid. We have the blueprint via Black Panthers, and we have the formation of Black Agenda Alliance. We don't need to beg a white supremacist legislature or governor to feed our damn kids. We can do that via mutual aid and organizing.
Drop the mic. Drop the mic. I mean, that's it. Yeah. That's it. We did it before. We can do it again.
Look, I don't know if you guys know, but the WIC program today, WIC program today, was a Black Panther started or program back in the day. Yeah, it's still going to this day. So yeah, it has been done before. We can do that again. It might be something that we have to look into here as well. Malcolm X Memorial Foundation as well. There's a whole bunch of organizations here that could be doing school kid breakfast for kids and all kinds of old school Black Panther programs like that to feed the
Mhm.
kids for real. Great one. Thank you for dropping the mic on that one. 8:25 right
Yes,
now. If
yes.
you believe in the concept of time, let's go ahead and move to the next subject here because I want to make sure that we spend a good amount of time with the Haps today because a lot's going on this weekend. Stay tuned for the Haps. It's Black Power Weekend is happening, and we got a lot to talk about. So if you have any Haps, get your Haps together, put them in the chat as well, and all that information will be on Friends of First Sky Omaha. But let's go ahead and get to the next item of the day so we can get a little conversation on it before we get to the Haps.
Yeah, yeah. Seems like a lot of again people are laying out bills that we should be looking out for. Again, we just talked about Senator Daniel Conrad and LB 855 again with the school lunch situation. But a lot of other things happening in the legislature that we should be paying attention to and looking out for. A standoff that has been going on between the different branches of our state government, being the administrative branch and the legislative branch, is kind of coming to an end, hopefully, as again temporary oversight has been restored for Nebraska child welfare and prisons. Again, the Nebraska Corrections Department and the Department of Health and Human Services have been kind of tight-lipped with the legislature over the last year or so, actually several years, as the not ombudsman. I'm forgetting the position, but again, the legislative created position to oversee what's going on, and DHHS and the prisons have been basically shut out of those organizations and not really getting a lot of information. But it seems like now a 6 month fight between Nebraska's legislative and executive branches has gotten a reprieve, with watchdog access at least temporarily again being restored just yes, or actually Wednesday, to state inspectors general. That's the office I'm thinking of.
Mm.
Again, the state inspectors general office has been shut out. But with the blessing of Speaker John Arch of La Vista and Executive Director Ray Aguilar of Grand Island, the legislative joined Governor Jim Pillen in a memorandum of understanding signed Wednesday. It specifies what information the executive branch will provide to the state ombudsman and inspectors general for corrections and child welfare. The agreement includes the Department of Correctional Services and DHHS effectively hitting the pause button on the fight and avoiding the potential of a lawsuit from either branch. So again, things could have gotten a lot worse. Hopefully, this temporary reprieve does extend, and the memorandum is set to expire at the end of 2025 session unless mutually extended. So hopefully that agreement is reached, because this is has been an area of concern. Again, the Nebraska Attorney General Mike Hilgers released an opinion on August 16th that said such oversight was unconstitutional. Though his opinion does not carry the weight of the law, it still again had a lot of weight with this disagreement. Again, corrections and health services officials revoked, based on this opinion, access to the respective inspector general's offices, including their access to state facilities and documents. And again, this was very, very worrying, because again, over the last several years, the Department of Health and Human Services has had a lot of issues with child welfare management. Again, we've talked about the number of cases that caseworkers have been piled on with, almost 2 times the requirement at times. And then, of course, the Department of Corrections, which we will remind you has been the most overcrowded prison system in the nation, the most overcrowded and the most understaffed. So if anybody, any correction department needs eyes on it, it's that one. People need to be aware of what's going on.
Mm.
And there have been several deaths within correctional facilities and not a lot of information. So again, hopefully we can get more answers about these deaths and some of the other things going on in Nebraska correctional facilities now that this is reached. So yeah, very interesting, all of it. But hopefully more information. Again, a lot of people have been saying lately that they're feeling like, it seems like a lot more government agencies going towards the direction of silence more than transparency.
Yeah, trying to close more doors.
Yeah, man. Again, what's really going on? And we kind of talked about it earlier this week when you add in the whole Project 25 and what is being planned for this next presidential race, and it's not just a presidential race, but it seems like there is a plan to sweep things from state to state. What's really going on?
What say you? Love to hear from the chat on a comment on this particular subject. What say you on this subject? How are you? What are you thinking about, buddy? Because I know I'm hearing where you coming from with it. What's your thoughts on this subject? Um, in the direction of um, maybe in what to do about preventing these closed door situation, like trying what can be done as far as action is concerned on keeping the transparency at the very least.
Um, I mean, as individuals, as taxpayers, we should definitely be kicking up dust. Like, we should definitely be contacting and writing letters to Nebraska Attorney General Mike Hilgers, who again pushed the opinion that kind of opened the gates, um, letting him know that, hey, we want to find out. Like, again, the legislature, which are elected officials of taxpayers, they decided that the Inspector General's office, like, this is a legally, legislatively created office. Um, so
Right.
by way of that, the people have a mechanism to keep these entities accountable, to know what's going on, to inspect, what's going on in these situations. So as taxpayers, we should at least be speaking about it, at least be, spreading awareness like, hey, this is going on. Hey, we still have the most overcrowded prison system in the nation in little old Nebraska. Again, not Texas, not big old Texas, not big old California, but Nebraska has the most overcrowded prison system in the nation. And on top of that, people are dying in this prison
Yeah.
system. And on top of that, no information about their deaths. That's a problem. We should be talking about that. We should be kicking up dust. We should be contacting our Congress people, our senators. We should be making noise. This should actually be a national story. So, as a journalist, my first mind is make some noise. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let people know that we're paying attention. And although they're trying to kick this under the rug, it's not going to go that easily.
Word. Yeah, I could feel bubbling under the surface with you. I wanted you to get that out because that's
Okay.
definitely how I'm feeling on that situation. What I'm thinking about now is, as you well know, we have brother senators Terrell McKinney and Justin Wayne on every Monday on this show. So they'll be on Monday. I would love to bring this back up with them to see and
Yes.
ask the same question. What can we do to make sure that the transparency stays the way it needs to, that goes in the direction it needs to go. And the transparency is just one part of it. That's just like telling the story. You understand what's going on.
Right.
You see what's going on. You got
Right.
the facts. So you can't make a move. You can't act. I've been doing a lot of studying lately on this theory I have about how we brainstorm, how we brainwash ourselves, and how
Hmm.
that is the fight against being brainwashed from outside sources, and it's really tied into what you manifest and what your intentions are. It's tied into those things. If you sit relaxed and you understand and you think about where it is you want to be and who you want to be and how you want to do things, you get up, you write that down, and you read that over and over again. You're putting it in your own mind that this is the vision of yourself that you have. This is what you're trying to do, and
Hmm.
and the first part of that is the information. You gotta understand completely. You gotta have the information on what it is that is actually going on, because after you do go through this process, you'll start to take action on things based on the feeling that you're letting grow in yourself. So if we're mad about this, it's the perfect time to like really act on it, because really we're just looking for the information, the emotion, and that turns into the action. That's what this is all about. So um, for me, what we do on this show here is a lot of that. Is a lot of trying to figure out exactly what it is that is going on, getting the narrative, getting the story, understanding what's happening in a true way, and not just the overall, but the nuance. Develop an emotion about what's happening with that, and then figuring out exactly what action to take based on your emotion. That's the only reason
Amen.
why anybody takes an action, is because they have an emotion behind the thought.
Yeah.
So it's this particular one I would definitely want to bring up to the senators. They can tell us, from that point, that standpoint, what it is that needs to be done what's going to be happening legally. So interesting to consider now. And like I said, I like to bring this up when the senators come on. Jump in the chat real quick. Let me see. I think I missed a bunch.
Yeah, chat's going off. A lot of people are responding to this, so definitely thank you all for your comments.
Yes. I'm gonna let's see. Miss, I'm gonna until I can remember how to pronounce your first name. Miss Miller Jenkins says
There you
the
go.
RTC in Lincoln is insanely understaffed. They've
Mhm.
locked down at least 3 days last week from being at below critical staffing.
Yeah,
Still on the messed up staffing going on.
and that's another part of it. That's a very dangerous mix. Like again, the most overcrowded system in the state or in the nation, and understaffed on top of that. So too many people and not enough people at the same time. That's not a very safe, environment.
She also says there were over 20 inmates injured not 2 weeks ago, and no news came out about it. They also lied to the people about walkthroughs and moved people around to make it look like they have staff. The lack of oversight has let it get this bad.
Yeah,
That
man.
lack of oversight. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, Brother Pena says black and brown people deserve so much better. I heard that. Malik Rogers says Senator McKinney seems to be the lone voice in this. Where are Nebraska civil rights groups? It's a good question.
It's a great question.
Because off the top of my head, it kind of feels like some of these groups here that are supposed to be representing North Omaha are all about working with the police and so on and so forth. Working with law enforcement. It does seem like he's the lone voice. He's the only one that is out here saying we need a real change on that. Ms. Erica Fell says if they make it a national story, then they need to acknowledge that it's a national problem with black bodies buried in unmarked graves behind multiple prisons and jails. Ooh. Yeah, they'll be digging up there would be a can of worms. You're right about that. Tough Anderson says, why is Nebraska the worst? It's a good question. Malik Rogers says reentry and other programs are in the prisons daily and none of them are speaking up either. Interesting you say that. We're actually working on a documentary film with the 180 reentry program at Metropolitan Community College. I'm going through an orientation tonight that I've been through 3 times already in order for me to get inside the prisons to film. And part of some of that orientation, like I said, I've already been through some of it. I know what it is what you can do and can't do, what you can say and can't say. It's a big deal. There's definitely an air of we don't want a lot of this information to get out.
Man.
Exactly what it is. Went on a ride along once and to drop off some people that were in the program back to the prison. Stepped out of the van to shoot the van sitting in the yard where we're dropping folks off, and got hit up like, hey, you supposed to be here? Why you got a camera going?
Man.
I'm part of the one, reentry program at Metro. They called Metro before I even got back to Metro. Like, you can't even film the outside of the jail without some mess.
I mean, you remember Yangshi Shu, reporter for Flatwater Free Press, tried to go in there to do her job to cover a story that didn't even have to deal with the inmates. Like, she was covering the parole board. She was covering officials and still got treated like she was trying to break somebody out because she had a phone on her.
Yeah.
Like, what's really going on in our prison system is definitely a great question. And not just the adult prisons, but what about our juvenile division?
Yeah. And inmates that have passed away there. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Kimmer Snipes in the chat says, I cannot stress enough about how much we, the people, have a role to demand transparency and accountability and stewardship. And we got to be in numbers.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate
There
the
you go.
comment very much. Yeah.
There you go. For steps forward, as far as this, also to answer your question about what can be done about this, State Senators Daniel Conrad of Lincoln and Justin Wayne, the chair of the Judiciary Committee, will present an alternative proposal to the Inspector General issue at a hearing next Wednesday. So again, there will be a hearing next Wednesday on the issue and a possible opportunity for public input later down the road.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, there's that. Any other comments, or you want to move
Yeah,
on?
let's move on. Let's move on to a lightning round though, so we can have enough time to really dig into the Haps this time around. So, you mind if we jump into a little lightning round right now?
Well, I did have one last story
Okay.
that kind of want to break down. Speaking of Senator Wayne, something that we should definitely be made aware of. We don't necessarily have to go too much into it, but I definitely want to let the people be aware of Vinebrook Homes and organizations like Vinebrook Homes, who again, Senator Wayne, are trying to stop from coming into our communities under LB 1405. Again, LB 1405, introduced by Senator Wayne, is again a bill to stop corporations, hedge funds, and other businesses from outside of Nebraska from buying single family homes in the state. Again, under the bill, hedge funds and other businesses would not be able to purchase a single family home in Nebraska unless the entity is domiciled in Nebraska and its principal members are state residents.
Mm.
Again, speaking Monday at the legislature's Banking, Commerce, and Insurance Committee, Wayne referred to Ohio-based Vinebrook Homes as an example. Vinebrook Homes has been reported in several areas as snapping up a lot of homes in North Omaha in particular, to become one of the state's largest landlords. And again, this is a Ohio-based company. Actually, if you remember, I believe Chris Baby Boy Bolin kind of spoke about this company as being one of the companies calling homeowners, hitting them with a heavy price tag to try to buy their homes, and then buying, actually securing homes from homeowners, and then going up on the prices, or having rental properties that they go up on the prices over time as well. And I actually pulled an article from Nebraska Public Media that was talking about some of the activities of Vinebrook Homes in St. Louis. And something that was very interesting in this article, it says that complaints included unresolved maintenance issues, unfounded evictions, aggressive rent collection tactics, poor customer service, and more. The Midwest Newsroom identified the properties that Vinebrook owns and manages by reviewing the data from counties where the company operates. During this process, they identified nearly 50 different Vinebrook associated limited liability companies or shell companies throughout the whole country. So this is a countrywide operation, if you will. And the interesting part is local records show that a vast majority of properties owned by Vinebrook Homes are in regions in North St. Louis and other census tracts around the country that are predominantly non-white and have a median household income of 60,000 or less. So they are targeting certain organizations there. I mean, certain communities. And again, these are outside companies buying properties in Omaha. So big shout out to Senator Wayne for, again, attacking or at least trying to stop this side of the housing fight, because it is a huge fight. And it's hard to fight, companies, behemoths like Vinebrook Homes.
Mm. Yeah, shout out to Senator Wayne. He's this is his last term here, but he's going out with a bang. He's trying to hit all of the pieces. So yeah, shout out to him for doing this. We'll definitely talk to him about this more on Monday when he comes on the show.
Yes.
Erica Fell says corporations have no humane business in buying single family homes. Yeah, they're definitely not doing it for the neighborhood.
No, it's it's a money grab. It's a money grab.
Brother Pena says our prices tripled. Woo. Ms. Erica Fell says they are also directly affecting our high property taxes. Man, lots of good side points here to all that. There seems to be many reasons why it is that this is a bad idea for the outside entities to come in and buying up single family homes like that. We talk a lot about our families that still own homes in North Omaha and how much they get hit up pretty much every day. Phone calls, mailers, people knocking on their door every other day trying to get them to sell. And it's really interesting to think about. I'm sure most of those entities aren't even in town.
Right.
Come from in town. They just are there trying to buy up the north side.
Seeing properties just on the listing. In the meantime, the people who are in the community, who make up the community, who make it thrive and live, they're getting pushed out.
Yeah.
So definitely something we could talk to the senator about on Monday. But yeah, that does it. I definitely wanted to squeeze that article in really quickly. But we got just about 15 minutes left. What say you, Paul?
Yeah, man. We got anything else that we need to lightning round out before we get to the Haps, or where you at?
So just a couple headlines to look out for. Definitely in this voting period, more changes possibly coming to early voting. There is a bill from Senator Hansen that could cut Nebraska's early voting period by up to 22 days. Again, the LB 1211 again could cut 5-week length of early voting. So definitely check out for that. Again, that's LB 1211 to look out for. Also, I see brother Malik Rogers in the chat talking about DEI. There is a bill dealing with DEI. Again, we've seen a lot of DEI professionals be removed from their jobs or really have their teeth kind of removed, if you will. Kind of the power behind the job has been removed. And now LB 1330, brought by Senator Dave Merman, mirrors legislation passed in other red states such as Oklahoma and would outlaw DEI bureaucracies, the new front in conservative fights against critical race theory in higher education. So again, DEI positions are still under attack, and LB 1330 is the latest attack on the position. And then last but not least, again, $3.1 million coming to Omaha Epley Airfield. And this is something that we in the community should be made aware of, as, again, a lot of projects, a lot of development happening in that Carter Lake Epley Airfield area. And again, as several businesses have received some grants and several businesses who haven't received grants still kind of aligning themselves and getting themselves in order, this could be an opportunity, especially for minority-owned contractors to get a leg up in the game. Again, we talk about the Omaha-Atlanta connection a lot of times, and when the airport here in Atlanta, the Maynard Jackson airport was extended and built upon a lot of minority contractors. I believe 30% of contracts went to minority-owned businesses, which again made a huge impact in the economic development of that community. So we'll love to see that. Again, 3.1 million coming to Epley Airfield. Even 10% of that is about 300,000, which could definitely help smaller minority-owned developers. So something to look out for. That does it for our lightning round. Again, a few more minutes left in the show, so definitely want to leave enough time for the Haps.
Yep. Let's get it rolling. Before we do that, though, I just want to jump in the chat on that last subject. I see Brooke Allen saying the one that's buying up my block is based out of Kansas City, I believe. So yeah, as we talked about, out of state even entities trying to buy up the block for whatever reason they're trying to do that. Kimber also is in the chat saying I had a good meeting Wednesday with South Omaha Violence Intervention and Prevention. A few of the OGs from South Omaha came out to support me. That's what's up.
Beautiful.
Yep. And also, she says these are the beginning discussions of more unity. That's where we're at.
So that's what we all about. So East Side Pride.
Side of Riders. Anthony Rogers Wright says, y'all, DEI is a smoke screen. You can't train out white supremacy and racism. There's only one way to attack these systems of oppression. DEI is a vaucus. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that word. Attempt to put a band-aid on a gunshot wound of racism. You're right about that, though. I'm feeling that, man. You know, like it was kind of a hope. It was kind of that response to like George Floyd and stuff that businesses were saying, hey, we're gonna have more diversity, blah blah blah. But yeah, always a band.
No teeth.
Always a bland.
No teeth. Yeah, it's you don't give them any power. How they gonna do anything? Also, in regards to that DEI, Brother Malik Rogers says a lot more social justice people and groups showed up to discuss DEI than hearings about social injustice. Great point.
That's what's up.
There you go.
All right.
Always interesting what people show up for.
Yep. Appreciate your comments. Let's jump into the Haps. It is going to be Black Power Weekend. So
what's the Haps? What's happening? What's going down?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, time for the Haps. Time for us to talk a little bit about what it is that's going on this weekend, and time for you to also let us know if there's any Haps that you think we need to be checking out over the weekend and over the week. Lots of stuff going on for that. Thanks, Brooke. Appreciate that. Yeah, we're gonna do more news updates as well. Join us on.
Look out.
Yeah, hit us on TikTok for sure. Yeah, man, appreciate that very much. Some of the Haps that are coming up. Of course, we are talking about the main event that's going on. This is a Black Power Conference that's happening at the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation. Man, for me to see the alliance between Black Agenda Alliance, Malcolm X Memorial Foundation, Untamed. We're going to be there. Omaha Star is going to be there. First Sky Omaha is going to be there for a talk when it comes to the media, Black media is concerned. And we'll have a frank talk with the fam when it comes to that. So that'll be a powerful day, 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock p.m. at the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation on the 17th Black Power Conference. Also, Restoring the Black Family. This is the inaugural show here. This is the inaugural event. This is going to be happening every year. I used to say this was the first annual, but it can't be first annual because it ain't been a year yet. It's called inaugural. So this is the inaugural event. That means they have plans on doing this again next year and in subsequent years. Restoring the Black Family is going to be on Sunday, 1 to 4, February 18th, again at the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation. Definitely show up for this. This is going to be huge. And like I said, it's going to be something that they continue to do year after year. Lots of great speakers and lots of great fellowship, man. Can't wait. Can't wait to get down with what's going on here with this Black Power Conference. So shout out to the brothers over at the BAA, Untamed, and everybody else who put this on. It's going down. Before on Saturday, apparently the Flapjack Man is the dude right now.
All right.
You gotta get with the Pancake Man, located at it's gonna be at North High, 8:00. Shout out to the champ, Bud Crawford. Shout out to B&B Boxing, which is a staple in the neighborhood now, man. Really taking care of the kids and really bonding the neighborhood together. Bud Crawford is gonna be there. Doors open at 8. Breakfast from 8 to 12. They say register at bnbacademy.org. If you can find a way to register there, cool. If not, I'm sure you can just show.
There's also the QR code at the top.
Yeah. And Precious, I see now, Precious says, for more information, please email preciousmckesson@gmail.com. So there you go for more information. But yeah, it's almost like my weekend's getting shaped. So, we can get a good night's sleep Friday night, get up Saturday morning, go have breakfast with the champ. Then go hit the Black Power Conference. Let us know what's going on Saturday night as well. Then Sunday, the family conference over there at the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation again. And then later on that night, the OEAA Awards is happening.
Man.
Yeah, man. So literally, like, get up, have breakfast, go to Black Power event. You got Saturday night free. No, Saturday night's not free. There's something going on Saturday night for real.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, you get up and you go to the conference again. Then you get done with that conference, go to OEAAs for the award show. Definitely check this out. Go to oeaas.org, get your tickets. 18th Annual Omaha Entertainment and Arts Awards is happening. It's going to be at the Holland, so it's time to get dressed up and go to the Holland, man. And
pinkies up.
Yeah. Put your pinkies high in the sky.
Yeah, man. It's going to be get suited and booted. It's going to be in the ferry, y'all.
Most deaf. Brooke said, I'm disgusted by the snow. I'm so feeling you on that. Lots of other stuff going on. We forgot. We haven't been talking about the Black Artist Expo that's happening at the Culture House.
Dope.
Yeah, this is the 17th. This is also tomorrow evening. Tomorrow afternoon from 2 to 6. Another event that's happening from 2 to 6. Unfortunately, kind of got to make your choices on some things. But maybe if you got kids who are in art, this might be something that you want to take them to as well. Black Artist Expo happening at the Culture House from 2 to 6 tomorrow. That's also going down as well. So a lot's happening. Don't forget also the sisters are over at Nebraska Furniture Mart.
Yep.
Definitely
Speaking
go
of Black artists.
Yeah, stop by and go check out the art over there, man. Shout out to Celeste Butler. This is a work by Patty Talbert. Shout out to some of the artists that are over there killing it at Nebraska Furniture Mart. I'm trying to tell you, just for the phenomenon of going and staring at that art for a minute and then turning around looking at the rest of the store, it's a trip.
Yeah. Get a pop of color in your life.
It's a trip. So shout out to them, and looking forward to that as well. Also, let's see. There's so many things happening here. Oh, the opening. There's another opening on the 17th, man. 1802. 1802 is getting down Saturday the 17th from 2 to 6. Another 2 to 6. That's 1802 North 24th Street in Omaha. This is a small business. They said small businesses, 10 small businesses will be on site. So there'll be some vendors there. You can go check them out as well. And this is their grand opening. This is a space that's in North Omaha that you can rent and have your events there. Very reasonable rent as well. And it looks like she got it pretty decked out, man. I haven't been in there yet, but it looks decked out from the photos for sure.
Yeah, man.
So, the 1802, we got another spot to do something at. That's Black,
right on the deuce.
That's right, Black-owned business, man. Shout out to Shawnee, who does the Island Chill. That's what's up. Extending the business. That's what's happening. Appreciate that very much. So check that out. If you can't get to the grand opening, of course, there'll be some times you can. There's other times it'll be open, and you can always hit her up to rent the space as well. So definitely do that.
There you go. There you go.
Yep. Also, Small Business Expo coming on the 24th, Black History Month, from 12 to 5. So this is you're looking at next weekend as well, man. Just trying to trying to really get
Hey.
together. There's a lot. Look at all these entities that are part of this. SBA, Grow Nebraska, Untamed,
Speaking of Island Chill,
man, Island Chill. So this is what's happening, man. Lots of stuff going on this month. Remember, this is Black History Month. So,
yes.
people take advantage. I mean, it's just a little bit more exposure for Black business to do things on Black History Month. It'll help it out. February 24th, 2024, Small Business Expo from 12 to 5. There'll be voter registration, education and registration at this one as well. Venue at the Highlander. You know where the Highlander is. So 2120 North 30th Street is going down. They give you a number if you need some info, 531-772-5810. Looks like it's going to be a pretty huge event. And again, Small Business Expo for Black businesses there from 12 to 5. Definitely check it out. It's free entry. Mark that on your calendars for next week as well, and definitely check it out. Lots happening.
man, I like this flyer. It's nice.
Yeah, it's really dope. Super dope.
It's a dope flyer. Shout out to Sister Tamika and the North Omaha Community Partnership putting that together.
There you go. Also, Black History Dinner going down.
Yeah, man.
Sunday, February 25th. So it's another packed weekend full of events that support Black business and celebrate Black history as well. So Black History Dinner is happening Sunday, February 25th. Special performances going on. This is also at venue at the Highlander. So definitely check them out. Let me see if there's any contact information here. For more information, contact 531-772. Is that 5810?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So
I believe it's the same number
same number
as the last line. Yeah, this is also by North Omaha Community Partnership.
So this is
again, Sister Tamika working.
2-day event. She working. Right. I love it. Appreciate that very much. All this is on Friends of First Sky Omaha. So definitely go over there and check that out and get the details if you need it. I'll jump back over to the chat. I shouldn't have did that. It's going off again. Let's see, it's 8:56 right now. Definitely some more Haps to look at here. We already talked about the robotics expo that's happening this weekend. So
Yes.
shout out to Kennedy, Howard Kennedy, and what they're doing with the kids, man. It's a beautiful thing. I love seeing it. Divisible is going to be happening in Friday, March 1st. This is down the way a little bit, but the Omaha Film Festival is going to be showing Divisible, which is a huge deal. So the Omaha Film Festival is one of 10 major film festivals in the country right now. They're huge, and the fact that it's going to be premiering here is huge. The film has been taking off. It's all about redlining through the lens of what's going on in North Omaha. Very eye-opening. And it's a film that is connected to the Undesigned Red Line situation and program they had over there at UNO. And so shout out to Shamika. I saw Shamika at the March last week. Shout out to Shamika, who's part of this as well. Divisible film premiering at Omaha Film Festival March 1st. Put that on your calendars and make sure you hit it and support the sisters and the brothers who put this together for real. Any thing else out that I'm missing? I feel like I'm missing some stuff.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I am too.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. I do know if you're interested in some local hip hop, J. Crumb and Yada Man, they will be performing at the Reverb Lounge on February 22nd at 7 p.m. That's next Thursday. So yeah, man, it's gonna be a dope show. J. Crumb, Yada Man, definitely two talented cats in the community. Again, if you're all about local hip hop, local music, support. It's definitely gonna be a good time.
Kind of blew me away a little bit. That J. Crumb show I saw just really blew me away.
Yeah.
Definitely check him out, man. This is February 21st. This is coming up at the Rib Shack Smokehouse, a benefit fundraiser for family of Kendrick McDonald. This is something that I pulled from Sherman Wells. Check out Sherman Wells' page.
Man, on TikTok?
Yeah, on TikTok too. Yeah, definitely check his page out on TikTok. Check his page out on Facebook. He's also a brother who's heavy into the media here for Black media. He's doing the good work. Definitely check him out. And he's a community person who's just in the community doing good work for the community, doing good work for the people. And this is something that I pulled off of his page as well. Benefit fundraiser for the family of Kendrick McDonald. They are doing a fundraiser at the Rib Shack on Wednesday, February 21st. Rib Shack is located at 10841 Q Street, Omaha, Nebraska. Go to Sherman Wells page for more information about this event and the family. And I appreciate if you help support any of these things that we put out for support. It's definitely worth supporting. We gotta really support each other, help each other out. So appreciate that very much. Kimmer Snipes says, Sister Celeste said, save the day, March 23rd. She'll be doing something with the Union for Contemporary Art. Sweet.
Beautiful.
Love that
Beautiful.
very much. Also, Brooke is talking about Shirley Tyree Theater. Yeah, I thought I had a flyer for something that was going on over there too. We'll talk more about that and put that in Friends of First Sky Omaha as well. There's a lot of events coming up at the new Shirley Tyree Theater over there at the Union for Contemporary Art. Lots of shows and workshops and stuff they got going on. So it's time to put them in the mix about what's happening on a regular basis. They're chiming up, firing up now that the building's built. Shout out to the work they're doing over there at Union for Contemporary Art for sure.
Man, also speaking of the Tyrees, Kathy Tyree will be performing at the Holland Performing Arts Center. That's on Friday, March 8th. So mark your calendars. That's coming up in a couple weeks. Again, that's Friday, March 8th at the Holland Performing Arts. Kathy Tyree getting down.
There it is. We'll put this information on Friends of First Sky Omaha. That's the group page on Facebook. That's also where the conversation continues when we're not live. So thank you for everybody who is participating on that page as well. And definitely check out our new TikTok page. We're going for it over there on TikTok. And we know we put a call out to find out where you guys are how many people are really looking at what. TikTok seems to be one that's up there huge for everybody. Everybody's on it. Everybody's really checking it out and spending some good time on it. There's a lot of benefits from us being able to do some things over there. So we want to try to reach you where you are at. And a lot of people aren't on Facebook. A lot of people aren't on Instagram even. So we're really kind of trying to concentrate on TikTok and YouTube right now. We will always do some things on Friends of First Sky Omaha, the group page. And there'll always be some ways for us to be able to continue the conversation over there. But that's kind of how it's looking, man. We got to boil it down. You can't just, have everything everywhere. You got to be able to tell people where you're at, meet people where they're at, and get the information out. So check out our TikTok page, First Sky Omaha, the TikTok page. Start getting your news from there. And while you're over there, like I said, hit up Sherman Wells. Kimmer Snipes is heavy on TikTok as well. She's got a lot of good things that she's putting out there. So I appreciate that very much. And we'll have more news and more things to come. Hit us up.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
In the meantime, between time 9:02 right now, if you believe in the concept of time, buddy, what say you?
Yeah, I guess before we get out of here, I know you're no longer over there, but I did want to give a shout out to our great partners over at the Benson Theater. They're having the Bonanto film series, and they'll be viewing Cabin in the Sky with Bofield Berry next Wednesday. So yeah, it's going down, man. A lot of things to get involved with. Just regardless of anything that we talk about in the Haps, the whole point is to get up, get out, and support your community, man. There's a lot of things going on in Omaha, and we want to tell you all about it. It's things for us, things for the community, things for the artists. So definitely support. Get out there, engage, socialize.
Yeah.
Get to know you people, man. So with that, we appreciate you. We love you. We thank you as always. I do also want to acknowledge Pops. He says he loves our chemistry. He says, I wish you two did this at least once a week, talking about, again, us just going back and forth, not really having a guest. So yeah, I appreciate the love there. I appreciate the love from all of y'all, man. Again, make sure you check us out on TikTok. In the meantime, between time, y'all take care of each other. We love, appreciate you. We thank you. And with that, Paul B.
Yo.
Take it away.
Man,
man.
you just reminded me about something that's going on in the Benson Theater that I wanted to talk about too, man. February 23rd, The Instrument. This is going to be a very cool screening of a film that's happening. I'm trying to tell you, Benson Theater is getting ready to be the spot where the film community is really being built there. Independent films being shown there all the time. So another screening happening February 23rd at 6:30, Benson Theater. Go to bensontheater.org and get your tickets there. Lots of good events coming up for sure. Even though I'm not there anymore, we'll definitely be promoting the events that are happening there because those events are seriously community-based, which is what we're all about. So shout out. Yep. Thanks for everybody who's joined us. Mama God says, love you, fam. Appreciate you, Mama God.
Dukes.
Ariel's 402 says, YouTube lets me watch it and scroll Facebook at the same time. Have a blessed weekend, everyone. We're definitely staying with YouTube. As a matter of fact, we're going to eventually be switching all comments on to YouTube as well. So all you Facebook users, I hope that you have a YouTube account. We'll give you some time, but we're definitely going to be switching over there because there's a lot more that we can do with the chat over there on YouTube that we can do on Facebook. So just trying to refine things and make it so it's easy for everybody to be able to have this conversation on a regular basis. Definitely changes to come, but all changes are for the positive, for the good, and for us to enhance these conversations and have even more conversations and also get to some action. So I really appreciate that very much. Also, Miss Miller Jenkins says, "Thank you for another great show. Y'all breathe life into my week. I appreciate that.
Thank
you
you.
guys breathe
Yeah,
life into our week for real,
yeah,
for
yeah.
real." Brooke says, "Spunk is the play about Zora Neale Hurston. It opens tonight." Thank you, Brooke. I appreciate you reminding me about that. I did have that up and skip right past it. Spunk is the story of Black America as only she could, telling the story of Black America as only she could. Zora Neale Hurston, one of my favorite writers. Claiming the space. Spunk opens in the Shirley Tyree Theater on February 16th tonight. The play is adapted by George C. Wolfe from the 3 short stories by Zora Neale Hurston. In conjunction with the play, we're presenting a 2-night only screening of the documentary Zora Neale Hurston Claiming a Space, part of the American Experience series. That's what's up. Appreciate Union for Contemporary Art doing this. Thank you, Brooke, for reminding me to put this up. This is definitely something that I would love to check out. If I can get the time to go tonight, I'll probably try to check this out. Zora Neale Hurston is powerful, and I can't wait to see what they got going on over at the Kathy Tyree Theater as well.
Man,
Haven't been in there yet.
big thing. Big thing.
Yep. Appreciate you, Brooke. Appreciate everybody who's joined us. Gwen Easter says, "Have a good weekend," and y'all at some of the events, if weather permits. I don't like driving in the snow. I heard that. Hopefully the snow will be gone by tomorrow morning. Let's hope and wish and pray. Appreciate it very, very much.
Yeah. Actually, I did see that woman, Miss Erica Fell, earlier in the chat, saying that she says, "I slid through one intersection and later down an entire downhill block. Please be safe. Drink water to prevent anxiety. Be good to yourself." So yeah. Even though it might be not feet and inches of snow, still slick out there. So please drive safely and take care of yourselves.
Absolutely. Miss Wanda Lewis, we have you can see the comments on the show. We fixed that feature there on YouTube. You'll be able to read the comments as you go as well on YouTube. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. We're going to get out of here as we are past the time that we agreed upon stopping. But thank you very much. You guys have a great weekend. Hope to see you out there at the Black Power Weekend at some point.
Yes.
At one of these events, man. And see, it's always good to live alive with each other in person. Appreciate you very much and can't wait to see you. And if I don't see you then we'll see you Monday when we have Senator Justin Wayne, Senator Terrell McKinney, and Brother Kasim and probably Brother Sherman Wells on as well. On a recap what happened over the weekend. So appreciate that very much and appreciate you. Thank you. Shout out to the Omaha tribe elders for allowing us to be on this land and speak while we're here. Shout out to our elders for allowing us to speak before you. And shout out to you, the chat chimers, allowing us to speak with you. Love the comments and the conversation that happened today. You guys are light up our week as well. Really appreciate everybody who does that, man. Kind of wakes you up in the morning and gets you going. And like I said, those thoughts turn into the feelings that turn into the action. And as art soldiers that we are, we're going to try to act in a way that will uplift and upbuild us all. And we really appreciate everybody who is on the same page with us when it comes to that. We got to get rid of the negativity and actually really get to some positive action. So that's what we're all about here. We're going to keep on trying to be better at it and refine and grow as we go. And we appreciate your patience with us as we do so. So with that said, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. Unless Buddy I already gave you gave your final words, right? You good?
Yeah, man.
Wait.
Y'all.
Hold on. What are you doing on this weekend? So you're not coming to Black Power Weekend this week. What do you got going on?
No, I'm not. That was definitely my thoughts. I won't be there this weekend, so hopefully y'all show up and show out for me. Support. Big shout out to Brother Kasim and the whole team at the BAA. What am I doing this weekend? Lil Mama, she started dance classes, so I will be taking her to dance class this Saturday. Other than that, I don't really have any plans this weekend, really.
Okay.
Chilling out, man.
Just
chilling out.
I'm glad to hear it. Get you some chill out. That's real.
Yeah.
Get you some chill out. Yep.
Yeah, man.
And the next time you're down here hanging out at the shop and then with the Waynes and things, I ain't gonna let you live it down. Cold blood.
Actually, speaking of that, in talks, putting a plan together, but looks like I'll be coming home in a couple months, y'all. So
that
yeah.
Chad Chimers kickback coming up in June. Stay tuned for that.
Look out.
That's a hap.
Look out.
That's a hap.
Man, in the meantime, between time, y'all take care. Peace.
By the way, Vanguard. This is protected by the red, the black, and the green.